Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 122, Will, for the week of April 12th, 2020, which was yesterday, but that's okay because this encapsulates, right? That's the word I'm looking for, the entire week. Yeah, apparently I can't speak really well all the time. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man. I love that sweatshirt so much.
I love it too.
I love that sweatshirt so much. Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem, in the Hippocampus sweatshirt for those who were just listening to the audio version of this show. Will, how are you doing on this oh my God, Minnesota weird Monday evening?
Yeah, besides the snow, I'm doing okay.
That's good.
It was just weird walking outside, and it was so at my workplace, it was literally sunny.
Yeah.
And snowing.
Yep.
I didn't get it.
It snowed all day. So we're in Minnesota, for those who don't know. Well, actually, let's first do this real quick. We are live as well. Twitch.tv/HCS Pro Talk. Thank you very much for everybody who is tuning in live to the live show right now. What's up, Big Fish? What's up, Vato Zira? Welcome, welcome. Also, Zira, thank you for the follow last time. That was a day ago, according to what we're seeing. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, it snowed all day yesterday. Like, all day and nearly all night. Wake up this morning, driveway's nearly cleared because sun was shining on it, and it's like, hey, Minnesota weather in April. That's weird. And then I get home. What am I talking? I got home from bringing my daughter home from daycare because I work at home, but bring the daughter home, put her to bed. I walk out. Oh my God, it's snowing again. What the fuck? And then it just stopped.
Yep.
And then it was sunny again. This was today. God, what a weird state we live in.
Yep. That's just Minnesota early spring weather, though. You never know what you're going to get.
It's true. You never know what you're going to get. It's like, it's a real life version of you'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
That's what this is. That's what Minnesota is in April and May for some time. It's unbelievable. Will, do you want to know what's coming up on this week's show?
What do we got?
On this week's episode, we have another org takes a competitive Halo break. It's unfortunate to see, but it's understandable as well. We'll get to that soon. We have plenty of tournaments and league recaps for the week. Will's going to go through all of those. We have our weekly topic of what is one new multiplayer component you would like to see added within the Halo sandbox for Infinite, and how would it benefit the game? We have the Reflection Corner returning with more COVID-19 information, along with a look back at MLG and Halo 3, kind of a throwback to what we talked about last week. This is a little bit of a follow-up to that, and it's funny because Adam Apicella, or however he pronounces his last name, he actually put out these articles. He found them on the old MLG forums, tweeted them out, and this ties directly back into what we talked about last week, which is awesome. We have more details on the upcoming MCC Halo 2 flight. The CDL is officially back and with a new online format. We're going to talk about that and quickly about what happened just over this past weekend. Our first look in details of the brand new PS5 controller. Will, I'm excited to hear your thoughts about this. We have the Valorant beta information, including drop details. Will and I both got into that. We'll talk about that later. And finally, we round things out with a little more video games and some community creations. That's what we got coming up. So, without further ado, we switched up the format of the show this week. We're going to see how it flows. We can switch it back if needed, but we are a Halo-centric podcast. Therefore, Will, let's start with some competitive news. Infinite makes an announcement. This is by Infinite on Twitter, and I quote, "Today is unfortunately the day of our exit of the Halo Championship Series. While our exit isn't a permanent one, and we will be back for Halo Infinite, we are on a hiatus from Halo. We'll be announcing our next steps as an organization within the coming weeks. One step that we can share is that we'll be hosting online tournaments during the time of this pandemic to give Halo players more opportunities to compete on a consistent basis. More details regarding partners as well as the games will be announced this coming Monday. Until then, I'd like to say it's truly been an incredible ride, and the support from the community that I personally have been a part of since 2008 has been incredible to see. This is not the end for us when it comes to Halo. This game has changed my life for the better, and to be able to work with so many notable players has been a pleasure to say the least. We aim to be back and better than ever. We're going to work on our inner workings while maintaining a valued commitment to esports and content as a whole. For those reading who support Infinite wholeheartedly, please know that we are making the adjustments needed to bring what we have wanted to bring to our supporters since our inception of so much support. We may not have a team, but the ways we are looking to support Halo will continue. Thank you to everyone for helping make a guy's dream come true. Hashtag and beyond. From Preston Red Ghost Divers. So there you go. Infinite is taking a step back, but we'll be back for Infinite. And in that announcement, it states that they're going to be running online tournaments. And they said more information on that on Monday. Today's Monday, Will. So while we continue on with the show, I'm going to look at their Twitter. I'm going to see if they announced anything. But next news story. Hydra Gaming announced a tournament. This is by Hydra Gaming. Halo 5 4v4 female tournament. It's on May 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there's a Google Doc you can check out in the show notes of the show. It's like Google Docception all over again, but it's in there. You can check it out for more information. The next news story. Europa Halo is looking for feedback. This is by Europa Halo. European Halo players, once we finish the season of the Europa Double Series, would you like to see a similar league for the 4v4 format? Here are the poll results. 4v4 got 76.9%, 2v2 got 19.4%, and other got a 3.8% where they asked to leave a comment on what you'd like to see. So maybe they're going to do a 4v4 next time instead of a 2v2. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Couple more news stories for you. First up, Halo Australia announces a Pro League. I've always wanted a Pro League back. Will knows all about that. But Halo Australia, they announced a Pro League. This is by Halo Australia, obviously. This is on their website. And I quote, "The Pro League will consist of community-run online 4v4 tournaments in both Halo 5 Guardians and Halo the Master Chief Collection with a $4,000 prize pool. Registration is open to anyone in Australia or New Zealand. In addition to the prize pool, each online tournament will also offer pro points, which will seed further tournaments and crown a champion at the end of the league. The first tournament will commence on April 26th and will alternate between Halo 5 Guardians and Halo the Master Chief Collection, Halo 3, each fortnight. Therefore, 26th is Halo 5, May 10th is Halo 3 on MCC, May 24th, Halo 5, June 7th, Halo 3 on MCC, and June 21st is Halo 5. Halo 5 tournaments will be streamed on their Twitch channel, and here is the pro point structure. First with 1,000 points, second with 750, third with 500, and fourth through eighth getting 250 points respectively. And for the prize distribution, each tournament will offer an $800 prize pool totaling $4,000. The prize distribution is as follows. First will take home $400, second will take home $300, and third will take home $100. And the final news story of competitive news. Tashi provides a little more context. This is by Tashi. So this is a reply to a Moses tweet that was put out where there was a little bit of negativity thrown in. And Tashi wanted to try to clear the air a little bit because it has been quite some time since we've had any information as to what their plans were going to be during this time, right? So Tashi said, there are MCC online tournaments coming and in the works. Currently, the lawyers are sorting out the final pieces of paperwork, so we can't announce anything until that's done. So there you go. And then people were asking about Halo 5, and he replied to that. This isn't direct quote, but he did reply with, we are seeing that there is a new love for Halo 5 going on right now, but these tournaments are going to be focused around MCC. That's what he said. Just concrete. That's it. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see if we get anything in regards to Halo 5 stuff. Who knows? But that's it for the competitive news. Upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombo.com. Check out noobcombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. On Saturday, April 18th, Bamalan Halo 5's Money 8 tournament. This is online. So there is a Penn Halo LAN event that is listed on there on the website. I did not include that in here because I don't know if that's going to be happening anymore considering social distancing. So I don't know. But this one is online. Bamalan Halo 5 Money 8's tourney. You can check out the tweet in the Google Doc or the show notes of the show for more information on that. And then on Sunday, April 19th, we have Tourney Times Jack of All Trades Halo 5 2v2. That'll be taking place as well. And that's it for your upcoming tournaments of the week. Will, what do we got next?
Roster Mania! Usually we have some Roster Mania, but nothing to report on at this time.
Womp womp.
No, nothing major coming out since last episode. So
it's okay. Considering we don't have any major events going on right now, I wouldn't expect.
Right.
Yeah. I just like to hear the soundbite.
I know you do.
That's all it comes down to. But Will, you do have a ton of tournaments and league recaps. What do we got?
All right, let's get started. First up, we have the Europa Halo Double Series Week 1 results, and we'll start off with Division 1. Cartel GG went up against Swangin 64s, and it was a 3-0 to Cartel GG. Next up, we had Krogan Virus versus Austrian Force, 3-1 to Krogan. It's Krogan Virus. There's
yes.
They threw an A in there. It was 3-1 to Krogan. Mocket went up against Bread and Haggis. I'm confused here. It says 3-1 to Black and White.
Oh, did I misput the thing on
That might
there?
be Bread and Haggis, I'm assuming. And then Dinerino GG versus Bread and Haggis, 3-1 to Bread and Haggis.
Yeah, let me just, fucking copy paste.
All right.
Correct spot.
In Division 2, looks like we had Beetle Nut versus Team Quarantined. It was 3-2 going to Beetle Nut.
Close series.
Next up, we had Zuspenny versus Jump Out Gang. It was 3-0 to Jump Out Gang. Omojo Gaming versus LAGR Gaming, or Lager, maybe.
Yeah.
It was 3-1 going to Omojo. We then had Demonica, 100% Real Plum Daddy, what a name, versus Schurz Esports. It was a 3-1 to Schurz Esports.
Nice.
Next, go ahead.
Just two things. One, week 2 is currently going on for the Europa Halo Double Series, and I watched some of the matches that took place over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more close series, like a lot more 3-2s were happening.
Yeah.
A lot more. And then also, Vato Zira asks, so if I want to get my name out there for Infinite, should I practice on Halo 5 and make videos on Halo 5 or MCC? My 2 cents is I would just make Halo content in general. That's one of the biggest ways to get your name out there and remain relevant within the scene is compete in the community tournaments that are happening every single week, the ones that you can compete in, because that obviously gets your name out there to competitors. And then on the content creation side, just make content in any Halo, really. Just make Halo content. It doesn't need to be anything specific. You can do, if you stream, you can do highlights. People like stream highlights, clips, so on and so forth. You can make like map guides, like Shyway's been doing with mechanics and whatnot, absolutely killing it over there. It's the world's your oyster. Just make Halo content. That's what I got. I'm sorry, Will.
No, well said. Well
Thank
said.
you.
All right, next up we had the Asia Halo Club Halo 5 doubles tournaments results. In 5th through 8th, we had F Junior Abby and Yuki 608 Agar. I don't know if that's supposed to be something else, or it's pronounced different, but that's what it is. Also in 5th through 8th, we had Kuo Joe and Desperado. We had Grim Reaper DK and Lawrence Albert. And then...
I know, I'm sorry.
This could have been... It looks like Pop Po 442 and Yukihiro 2511.
Perfect.
In 3rd and 4th, we had Nyan Koro 12 and Vermouth 616, and then Team DH Maple and VV 77519. There, I said the numbers for you this time.
I thank you so much.
I remembered last week when I just said and a lot of numbers, and you're like, I took the time to type that out. I'm like, all right.
Oh, I love you, Will.
In 2nd place, we had Hayao and Maiko. Miso? I don't know.
It is your interpretation.
And then in 1st place, we had Most 64 and Po 21.
Shout out to Lawrence Alpert in competing in that event. He went to Worlds, I think. like not to compete, but like as a spectator. I think he was
Okay.
a spectator at Worlds.
Gotcha.
And he follows the show.
Nice.
Yeah. So absolutely shout out to Lawrence. He was the one that was trying to get Halo esports more relevant in the Asian space. So
Very nice.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
All right, next up we had Halo 2 Real Ones Project Cartographer FFA results. And here we go. In 8th place, taking home $25, it was Rage. In 7th, also taking home $25 was Gunshot. In 6th, another $25 prize is Havoc. In 5th, we had Hurricane taking home $25 as well. In 4th, the money gets a little better, $100. $100. $100 went to Red Shot. 3rd was Ace, who took home $200. 2nd, Neighbor, $300, and first went to Stormy, $500.
They got 100% of that $100.
They did.
That's
they
what
did.
that is. Or hopefully they did. I mean, unless they didn't, in which case, I mean, taxes suck. So
Well, you know, it is what it is.
what are you gonna do?
Silo says, shout out to the real ones.
Absolutely. For those who don't know, Will, do you know what Project Cartographer is?
It sounds familiar. I should know.
No, you're fine. Project Cartographer is like a better version of Halo 2 Vista on PC.
So
It's
got it.
Halo 2 on PC.
Got it.
Yeah, that's what that is.
All right.
Absolutely, Vato. No problem, man.
Moving on, we have LFTG Halo 5 2v2 results. In 5th through 8th, we had Lil Will and
Dude,
Bumper Jumpers.
You got a little bro in the tournament?
I guess so.
It's crazy. I saw that and I'm like, I have to say something.
We also had El Halo Elite and Scariotic, Sylvanic and F is for Fate, and then Box Rippin' and Revelocity. In 3rd and 4th, we had the Gold Star BR and Guitar Hero Dude, and then Bacon Blade. Oh,
Wait, is that an I? Did I put an I in there?
there's an I.
There.
Bacon Blade and Ryan Noob. In 2nd place, we had Vemzy and Pyretic, and then 1st place went to Bound and Renegade. Bound and Renegade took home $60. 2nd place with Vemzy and Pyretic got $40. Moving on to the Pen Halo 3. Pen Halo 3 2v2 results.
So
Come
many
on.
Halos.
Oh my gosh. In 7th through 8th, we had Habs and Godsnipe, and then Adamant and Squash.
So here's Adamant Squash is the team name.
Oh.
It didn't say who the players were.
I thought, okay.
So if there is an and in there, then it's the two players. If there's not, then it's the team name. I'm sorry for the confusion.
Nope, all good. 5th through 6th, we had A-Man, and then, what is this? I'm going to guess Pitted
Okay.
and Radar Kid.
Works for me.
In 4th place, we had Team 2 Warriors. In 3rd place, we had Jonas Bros and Feelin' Thing for You.
I think that's that team must have been cheating to get 3rd because the Jonas Brothers are 3 people. So
Oh, look at that.
get my joke there. You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, for everybody out there who doesn't know what the fucking Jonas Brothers are. It's 3 brothers. And I said they're cheating because it's a 2v2. Get it? Okay.
2nd place was Astro and Drew.com. And then 1st place went to Preston and Distress. There's so many tournaments.
There are so many people. That's the funniest fucking thing is that people are thinking, man, how are you guys going to be able to do a show with like no content, right? Fucking what? What are you talking about?
Community tournaments. So many community
There's
tournaments.
all of them.
All right, moving on. We had the Big O Boss with a ton of S's after it. That's what I... Was that a mistype or did that happen?
No, that's literally it. It's just, I didn't think you were going to do it.
Well, there you go. Big O Boss, Halo 2, 1v1, Tournament of Power. Jesus,
Yeah,
what a
this
name.
is fucking just top tier content right here.
All right, so we have team names. Or is this... Oh, no, it's a 1v1,
Yeah, it's
so
a
it'll be their
1v1.
gamer tags.
Yep.
In 5th through 8th, we had Ron Drip Sweat, Morningwood, Control, and Jacko. In 3rd through 4th, we had Shook and Revenue Engine. 2nd, taking home $25 is Chewbacca. And in 1st place, taking home $100, Sunny Bunny. I hope that took place on Sunday, because that would have been perfect. Sunny Bunny winning on... Anyway. Halo Pro Am Series Halo 5 FFA tournament results. 6 went to Hot Nut Cake. 5th was Anthony. 4th, Vemzy. 3rd, F is for Fate, taking home $30. 2nd, the Gold Star BR, taking home $40. And 1st was Mr. Soul Snipe, taking home $60.
Nice.
And yet there's more. Blue Team Tournaments presents Halo 5 FFA results. In 8th place, Sabinator or Sabinator. 7th, F is for Fate. 6th, Rhino. 5th, Shabby Dagger. 4th is Bards. 3rd, Legend taking home $30. 2nd, the Gold Star BR taking home $60. And 1st, Mr. Soul Snipe again taking home $120. And that does it for our tournament and league recaps of last week.
Back-to-back wins
for Soul Snipe.
And the funny thing is that tournament took place back-to-back as well.
Both, yeah.
Because
he's crushing it.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then Gold Star BR getting second in both tournaments too. Hot damn.
FFAs can be so crazy.
Oh
where
my God, it's unbelievable.
Even if you have a really good player, they might not take first just because the chain of events that can happen in an FFA could just steamroll someone off the start and they have this huge lead, or maybe. And it's all got to be part of the process to think, okay, these two players are fighting. I need to go steal a couple kills.
Right.
But it's that weird thing where like someone in second or third place could do way more damage than the first place winner. And it's just they're stealing kills. They're getting those couple shots in that finishes it off.
You make a perfect point, because I think that's how I think there was an interview with Ryanoob after an FFA, and like they were talking about how he would play. And I think it's basically what he would do is he would wait. And if there was a gunfight going on, he would take the person who's weak and he'd make sure he gets the kill. He would get the kills that matter. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. All right. Will, should we move on to our topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. So the topic of the week this week is, what is one new multiplayer component you would like to see added within the Halo sandbox for Infinite, and how would it benefit the game? So I know people were going to fucking do this, and I asked people not to do this, but they did it anyway. It's fine. We'll talk about it. We'll have a deeper discussion about this specific thing later, like another week or whatever. But I asked people to refrain from touching on the Halo BR, the Battle Royale subject, because it's been beaten to death before, but it'll be a further topic later. But Polshi, of course, you know what? Just because he did this, Pula, I'm going to say his name like that, just because, no, I love you. So he said, okay, a Halo ODST BR, feet first into hell. Everyone landing in their famous black drop pods. Starting weapon being the silenced SMG and pistol. Like in the sense you get out of the pod equipment and ready to go. So there isn't that aspect of landing and having no weapon. Maybe limited ammo to start. They don't have armor, which can be added into the game for an armor aspect of the BR. Have a health bar, which add health packs, health kits to heal, so little health or... okay. All the weapons are there needed for the game, with things can be added into it due to the Halo universe being so huge, and the ODST are pretty much mini Master Chiefs before they actually earn that rank. Vehicles include the hogs and such, but for the love of God, all I ask is that they can be destroyed very quickly. Agreed, because they're based off my very, very, very brief time playing Warzone and watching people play Warzone, those vehicles are tanky.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard to shoot people out of those. Yep. Go ahead.
Another aspect, when PUBG Mobile first came out, that was the strat. Jump in a vehicle and just drive around the whole time. They couldn't kill you in them. Took forever to destroy, and you just got to run everyone over.
Well, that is good to know. I'm glad I never played PUBG Mobile.
Played 2 games, won 1.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's tough on mobile. It's so the movement's so clunky. And there's bots for sure.
Okay.
There's definitely bots.
Oh, hey, a win's a win.
Yeah.
You know, you take those. You take them when you can get them.
Exactly.
Silos replied with, funny enough, base Halo 4 pre-patch might actually be the quote-unquote best settings of a Halo Battle Royale, assuming you want the game to play like other Battle Royales. Slow kill times, random weapon drops, maps that have plenty of places to hide. If you played one life multi-team, you basically have a Halo Battle Royale. And Silos, you also brought it up, I believe, during the community playdate before as well. So, all right. Lord knows I love me some Halo 4. Heavy Rainfall states, since I asked the question, quote, will Halo Infinite be an arena shooter or a traditional shooter, end quote, I've been looking at things I love about arena shooters that I would like to see, and there are 2 things now on my wish list since the last time we discussed it. 1, faster raw combat. No time to kill or sprint. I mean not time to kill or sprint. I mean the ability to move while shooting. I love in Quake I'm getting from point A to point C fast, and it always feels tight. Halo 5 was such a fast-paced game at times, I would love to see that improve and have maps that complement the speed. Less long hallways and more open areas in corners, walls, or placements. And 2, horizontal focused maps. Vision. Take one side of boarding action and turn it into a circle with the big space hole in the middle still. 6-story buildings with teleports at the bottom and holes that lead down. 1 horizontal map for every 5 vertical map. 6 stories might be much, but 3 or 4 might be ideal. Okay. Europa Halo states, a tournament feature like StarCraft, Smash, etc. that you can go 1v1 or 4v4 in a daily tournament at competitive or fun settings. Earn rewards as a result, such as weapon skins, armor, or credits in-game currency.
Modern Warfare did that when the CDL launched.
Yes.
They had the gunfight tournament, and it was really fun because you got put in a bracket. You got rewards for the higher you placed, whether it's a like charm or calling card, and the further you got, the more rewards you got. So yeah, it was nice to kind of be in that tournament aspect, that competitive aspect, and then get rewards for doing it.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I think an in-game tournament thing would be really, really cool. I think overall it would just promote longevity of the game too. It would give, if the tools are there and at the ready from day one, I mean, even if it takes a little while for the tools to come out, if they're all implemented within the game itself, think about how easy that would be for communities to, like the community run tournaments, the organizations that are already making them. Think about how much easier it would be for them to throw tournaments more often, bigger, like more amount of people, official brackets within the game itself. Like, how cool would that be? High-Tech Redneck states, something I think that needs to be in Infinite would be a veto system. Doesn't have to be a voting system like we had at the start of MCC, just a simple Halo 3 type veto system. I think it'd help with the issue of people quitting if they had some kind of say in what map and game type was played. Would also give 343 more accurate data on what maps aren't as popular rather than trying to base that on player behavior like they've mentioned doing in Halo 5. I agree 100%. Halo Infinite needs to have a vetoing system. To go on top of that, let's move to Twitter. Chunk Deduce states, map veto. It would benefit the game by giving direct feedback instead of inferring map preference from quit rate, something loyal fans don't do. Its prof states, totally agree with the map veto system, it has to be a thing. And Pious Rampage replies with, sometimes things make so much sense, it just becomes crazy talk. Louis V. Titan states, would love for Social Slayer to have more medals and announcer VO. I think it'd be fun arcade-style Halo. Nice. And then finally, Osprey states, in-game tournaments. Much like COD does with gunfight tourneys, and Fortnite does with their competitive scene. For people that can't attend LANs and don't have a big list of people to rely on for AM tourneys, it would be a good way to get experience on a bracket. Abso-motherfucking-lutely. Will, what is one thing you would like?
Gosh.
And if it's something that's been said, go ahead.
You know, I was thinking about this, and what I enjoy in the current Halo is I do enjoy the kill time that's there, the time to kill, the 5 shots. It feels good. It makes it more tactical. I kind of like, was it Dave that said more places to kind of hide on these long hallways? It might make for some more fun movement, like put a box somewhere where someone could just like dip behind a corner real quick and pop back out.
It's one of the reasons why I like Plaza a lot on Halo 5 is that in bottom mid, right, you have the cars that are sitting there and whatnot.
Yep.
So people won't camp there, obviously, but it's a nice cover diversion. Like if you need to get from point A to point B, you can always just get there. But there's still ways you can get killed because you can throw a grenade underneath the vehicle and still die. So I think that's a great trade-off.
Yes, I completely agree. So more of that on some maps.
Sure.
Because you can say like moving from on Truth, say you're rotating around. It's very open.
Yep.
It's very like there's not much map variation, and it kind of gets boring to look at after a while.
Sure.
So maybe just something fun.
Well, considering you're looking at midship for the 5th or 6th time.
Right.
I get it completely where you're coming from though.
So just some variants.
Absolutely.
So I do agree with that, with having some map variants. The veto system, I get, like people want to play what they want to play.
Yeah.
It could help. I don't know. I don't know if it'll help people quitting though, because some people really like the weird maps that the majority doesn't like. There's those people then might quit on the more popular maps. Oh, I've played, say, Truth for the 3rd time in a row.
Right.
See ya.
Right.
You never know. But I don't know. I think for me coming from Halo 5, it's hard for me to say, okay, this is what Halo's been for so long because I just know Halo 5 the most.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's anything new that I think like needs to be there. Maybe I know like I want the abilities taken out in Spartan Charge, Ground Pound doesn't work.
Yeah. Can you see them being used in an implementation that does work? Or do you just think they should be gone?
I think they should be gone because coming from the competitive side, yes, like Ground Pound can take skill to use, but it's kind of a cheap kill.
Yep.
Like for me. And then Spartan Charge.
So is that.
Yeah. Spartan Charge, like I hate when someone's just running around a corner and they just bull charge you and you have no time to react.
Right.
Granted, you should see them on the mini map, but if you're engaged in a fight, sometimes you're concentrated, and I just hate Spartan Charge. If you're gonna hit me in the back, assassinate me. You have to get that close to get the kill, or just shoot because you should be shooting. You should be guns up coming around a corner anyway. You shouldn't be charging and running like that.
Right.
Bugs me so much.
I don't. I'm right there with you.
So, what needs to be added to Halo for Infinite to succeed? I don't really know at this point.
It's just, what is one thing that you want?
One thing that I want.
Yep, and how would it benefit? And fuck it, you can say BR if you want to.
A battle royale?
Yeah, you can say it if you want to.
That's not like to the BR. BR could benefit the game.
Yeah.
By bringing people in that normally wouldn't play Halo because, like I would have probably never touched some of these like weird games unless they had like the BR aspect.
Right.
Like what was it, the Paladins one?
Mm-hmm.
Paladins had that BR, the Realm Royale.
Realm Royale. Yeah.
I jumped into that to try it out.
Yep.
It could bring people into the game, and if they like it, maybe they play more Halo or different modes.
Sure.
But I don't know. I don't think it needs a BR. I want one. I think it'd be cool.
I've come around to it.
A lot of people go back and forth saying, "Oh, it would detract from the normal game," but it's its own separate mode.
Right, it wouldn't. I don't think it would.
I don't think it really would.
No.
A veto system I get would be nice. You get to at least have a say in what you play next.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything off the top of my head or just even thinking about it. Like, I honestly don't know because the base game could change, like what's in the sandbox, what's not.
Right.
I get annoyed with the plasma pistol, but it's always been there. It's been a thing. It's a way to counter overshield, but it really sucks.
Yep.
I would say if there one thing needs to happen in the sandbox itself, I would say take the energy sword out of any competitive playlist. Like I get annoyed like what on competitive on arena or on Slayer for ranked. There's a energy sword, top mid on truth.
Yep. And
I hate it. Take it out of anything competitive.
Okay.
There's my one thing.
Okay.
What about you? You probably got something good cooked up.
No, I don't. I really don't. That's the really shitty part is that I don't. No, I think that's the thing is that people have already said what I want, and I can't really think of anything new that Halo hasn't had before, right? Because when I think of things that Halo had before, a lot of it's detrimental in my mind, like the ground pound, like the Spartan charge. In my mind, preferable competitive settings would be no radar at all. But
yeah.
Halo 5's the last iteration of Halo 5 competitive settings was pretty goddamn great.
I always thought about this because we never saw it. But what would Halo 5 competitive look like played at that high of a level without radar with the advanced mobility?
It'd be tough.
Would you get more like we saw flag capture the flag games end in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you couldn't see someone boost across your base or something, would that, you know what I mean? Would we see quicker flag caps? Would we see more flanks, more people hiding in corners just to avoid missing someone coming across their screen?
Would it speed up the game or would it drastically slow it down?
Right. I was always curious at that high of a level because we saw what Splice was able to do.
Oh, yeah.
So if there was no radar there, would they have been more dangerous or would have the other team slowed down more because they knew no radar was there.
Right.
I'm really curious. But
yeah, that's sounds like somebody should do a community tournament and take off radar completely and see what the fuck happens. Before I say something, Vato states, I remember when we used to say veto for BRs. Not only that, but also in social matchmaking in Halo 3, it would always be veto for shoddy snipes. And like there was this hidden there's this unwritten rule. There's like a rumor that that if you waited until the last second, when the last 1 or 2 seconds was going to tick by in the vetoing timer, if everyone did it at the same time, like with 1 or 2 seconds left, then it would go to shoddy snipes right away.
Really?
Yeah, and believe it or not, it worked in my mind, it worked like 90% of the time. So it's like, oh, this must be true that this is real.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird things that's like spoken into existence, so everyone does it then.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't know if that's ever true, but it felt like it worked. So there's that. One thing that I'd want. So
uh-oh. He's cooking something up over there.
this is bad.
Uh-oh.
This is really bad. So Silos, before I say anything, Silos said, yeah, so Vado, you're right. Yeah, everyone waited till the last second, right? Isn't that crazy? I thought I remembered that. So Silos says no radar tournaments, eh? This was back when ARs was in, but this was done back in 2016. And he provided a link. That link goes to Envy versus Luminosity on the Beyond Invitational.
Interesting.
We'll have to go back and watch that.
I mean, AR starts though, but they had their pistol, right? They would just switch. No?
People would use ARs.
Really?
Oh, they were overpowered.
That's right. They was.
Oh, yeah. They were very overpowered in the beginning days.
I came in post-patch.
Oh, yeah. When that game launched, whoo, boy. It was something special. I still, for the life of me, cannot believe that I lived in a time where automatics
were the competitive start.
I can't, man, what a fucking time to be alive. Okay, the thing that I want to see.
Are you going to go like Halo 4 loadouts on us right now?
I am. Oh! You're dead on. You're dead fucking on. No, okay, you know what? I get a lot of shit for this, and it's fully understandable. It's fully understandable the hate that Halo 4 gets in a competitive sense because that game's not competitive. Okay? Halo 4 is not a competitive video game. It's just not. That game is when everybody says, "Oh, it's the best Call of Duty, like Halo whatever." It is. In my opinion, it is. It's my favorite Call of Duty game that's a Halo game. And the funny thing is, this is going to sound so fucking stupid coming from me, but that game still feels like Halo to me. We've talked about it countless times on the show. Every Halo is a different game. Every single one. Halo 1, pistols, spawns, grenades, like everything was special to that game, right? Halo 2, the BR, the button combos, maps, sure. Like everything was special to that game. Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5, Halo Reach, everything to those games were special to those games, right? But when you play them, to me, it still felt like Halo. It still felt like I was playing a Halo game. Yes, they were adding more upon the advanced movement things more and more, but it still felt at its core like a Halo game. The loadout portion of Halo 4, and again, this is not competitive in any sense, but just the loadouts in the multiplayer suite allowed me to play the way I wanted to. It gave me more options. And the reason why I didn't like it so much in Halo Reach is because, and this is going to sound terrible, they didn't go far enough like Halo 4's did. So with Halo Reach, right, you would basically have your choice of your starting weapon and your armor ability. That's it. And 9 times out of 10, people would either do sprint in your starting weapon or jetpack in your starting weapon. Those are the two that basically everyone would go with. When people are going for try hard and not completely social, right?
Sure.
With Halo 4, the beauty of the loadouts in that game for me came down to they had Call of Duty style perks where I can have 2 primary weapons. I can have an AR for close range fights and a BR for medium and long range fights every single time I spawned. That's fucking awesome. And then the other perk that I had was I swap weapons quicker and I reload quicker.
Sure.
So my weapons are not stronger than anybody else's. It just makes me more viable in gunfights. And the thing that I want to be in Halo is I want to be more viable in gunfights and better for my teammates, right? Allowing me to play the way that I want to with those loadouts was one of the reasons, and it's still one of the reasons why I love playing Halo 4's casual multiplayer. I just love it. And during the community playdate, Silos was talking about he semi-joked about me being really good at Halo 4's multiplayer, right? And then we played a Reach game or something, and he was top of the leaderboard, and then I cracked a joke at him and said, oh, am I not the only one who's good at a bad Halo game? Right? Because I don't like Reach. But it's just, I'm getting off topic here, but if there was something that I could bring in, and again, not competitive at all, but just in the social, playlists, if I have the opportunity to have custom loadouts, now people are not going to like that at all.
No.
They wouldn't like that at all. And I know, and I get that. I fully get that. It's just, I really, really I love Halo 4's casual multiplayer. I love it a lot. The weapon sounds are shit. Everyone will say that. That's with justice. They're bad. But the moment-to-moment gameplay, I feel like I always have a presence. I can always make something happen. And there's no armor lock. There's none of that shit.
Yeah.
I just really liked it. Now, on the flip side, if I was to give a basic cop-out answer, I want challenges back in Infinite.
Oh, sure.
I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And have them spread across the entire suite. So have campaign challenges, have multiplayer challenges. If Warzone makes a return, have those. Just challenges for every style of gameplay that is in that game. Give everybody an opportunity to earn more XP, get more rewards, and continually play the game week in, week out. That's what I would say. That's what I want. Halo 4 loadouts and challenges.
I actually had something coming to mind while you were talking about that too.
Go for it.
Something
What do you got?
I think would be cool.
What do you got?
So, campaign, you play as Chief. That's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But multiplayer, these challenges, you could earn armors, different items for your own multiplayer character that you're playing as.
So are we saying armor sets as other characters within the Halo universe?
So when you go on, you'd be your own Spartan when you go into multiplayer.
Yep, right.
So you could earn other armor sets. You could earn, customization items.
Right.
Anything to do with your armor so that you look different going into multiplayer.
Can I take that a step further too?
Sure.
And say that they should include, you can earn Cat's armor set from Halo Reach.
Oh, yeah.
And you can, be Cat in multiplayer.
Yeah.
And, that. Oh, that'd be really fucking cool. Oh, my God, that'd be really cool.
And then you can really incorporate these previous Halos into the new one.
Yeah, you could have a Lasky type uniform. Go crazy with it. I don't know. You have to make sure hitboxes work and everything, but
right.
I'd say fucking go crazy with it.
Whatever they could do.
In a social aspect, obviously.
Yeah, because once you get into competitive, everyone should be wearing the same armor and all this. But socially, you can kind of just be your own Spartan on the field.
That'd be so cool.
No matter what you want to do.
That'd be so cool.
I know they have they have armor unlocks right now.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I saw with Halo 5 is a lot of people were like, oh, I want to unlock this specific armor. And then they had the 3D printout thing that people wanted to do.
Yep.
And it was random.
It was because of the packs. But with challenges, you could have certain ones that you unlock along the way. You could have seasons where, hey, this is so-and-so's, we're reliving this story or whatever. Yes.
Earn his or her armor
That'd
through doing this.
That'd be so cool.
Or
man,
tie it to achievements as well. Oh, push these 2 hunters off the ledge.
Fuck that one.
And earn so-and-so's armor set. You know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
Or customization item like a hunter skull to put on your...
Or be a hunter.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That'd be sick, though. It's just this fucking hulking thing just running through with sprint.
Oh,
holy shit.
It'd be insane.
I'm in.
But yeah, things to keep people coming back and wanting to play more and achieve more within the game.
Yes. Infinite possibilities.
Yes.
No, that's awesome. I love every bit of that. That sounds sick. Fuck my idea of Halo 4 loadouts. All right.
I mean, then you got to dive into are there perks again?
I know. And that's why nobody would be for this. Like, no one would be for this. It's just, I loved it. I loved having my set thing that I'd be able to go in every casual match with and just, for lack of a better term, dominate.
Sure.
But yeah.
I did have, going back and playing MCC, I did hate, we're loading into Halo 2. Oh, it's AR start. What the hell? Why? Give me the BR.
Yep.
It just felt weird to have an AR on those maps.
Yep. Just like I'll still never understand why people were fighting for AR starts in BTB and Reach. I don't fucking get it.
I'm confused.
It doesn't make literally any sense whatsoever. Okay, let's move on.
Yep, nothing else to add there. I'm done.
Awesome. So let's move on to the reflection corner. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you for wind chimes today. Don't worry. So first and foremost, COVID-19 and the games industry update. So we have, it's an official confirmation at this point. E3 2020 will not get a digital replacement event. This is by Joe Skrebels of IGN. And I quote, E3 2020 will not get a digital-only replacement show according to the show's organizers. Despite saying it would explore options for a digital showcase after canceling the traditional show, the ESA has now confirmed it will be skipping E3 2020 entirely. Quote, given the disruption brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, we will not be presenting an online E3 2020 event in June, reads a statement provided to IGN. Instead, we'll be working with exhibitors to promote and showcase individual company announcements, including on e3expo.com in the coming months. We look forward to bringing our industry and community together in 2021 to present a reimagined E3 that will highlight new offerings and thrill our audiences, end quote. So there you go. Not even a digital event is going to be taking places here.
Now, didn't IGN say they are working on putting out...
They are. Their own kind of E3 digital thing? Correct.
So we might still get some kind of quote-unquote press conferences. So we do get information from these companies. And it's been stated that Microsoft will have their own digital event no matter what. Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait for date and time on that one. But I imagine sometime in June.
Honestly, I'm glad now they can say, hey, we're doing our own thing, take their own time to get this thing together, and we might just get blown out of the water by some sort of presentation or just video that we've never kind of seen done before,
right.
Which I'm really hoping they're cooking up something good.
I hope so too. Okay, Will, for this next one, we're going to do things a little bit differently. Okay. So, MLG settings, introduction into Halo 3. MLG interviews Commissioner John Nelson, about version 2 Halo 3 settings. This is published November 19th, 2007. Okay? So this brings us back to a topic we talked about last week, which was, does the pro team of 343, or does the pro team help or hurt?
Yeah.
The whole grand scheme of things here. Okay?
Okay.
So it was talked about last week that we wondered what happened with Halo 3 and the MLG settings. How did that all transpire, right? Because MLG was their own thing. There wasn't a pro team that was working at Bungie at the time. Well, Adam Apicella, or how you ever pronounce his last name, I apologize if I mispronounced it, peeled back the curtain a little bit and provided 2 articles. We're going to read through them. Will, here's how we're changing this up.
Okay.
I want you to be MLG. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And I am going to be John Nelson. All right?
We're doing like a reenactment interview here?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Oh, man.
All
Okay,
right?
okay.
Perfect. So, we'll kick things off here. MLG has been hard at work tweaking Halo 3 with Forge and is nearing the completion of version 2 of the official MLG Halo 3 settings. With the release of the new settings just over the horizon, we sat down with our own league commissioner, John Nelson, to pick his brain about the game type creation process and get a little sneak preview of what to expect.
I'm going to MLG to Nelson here, okay?
All right.
So, you were behind MLG's game settings for both Halo CE and Halo 2. Both of these games were much more restricted in terms of customization than Halo 3, yet they still evolved over time. Have you enjoyed the newfound freedom that Forge offers you as a game type designer, and how great of an evolution do you foresee for Halo 3's MLG settings?
Great question, Commissioner. So I have enjoyed the freedom. Forge, along with the increased list of settings, allows for almost limitless possibilities in game type design. The ability to put any weapon in any location and the option of making the Hill's movement pattern in King of the Hill games were at the top of my wish list for Halo 3. I think the MLG settings for Halo 3 will see a great deal of changes as they evolve from version 1 to 2 and 3 and beyond. That being said, our settings will always be recognizable as MLG settings with the style players have grown accustomed to since 2003.
What challenges have Halo 3's customization tools presented that you haven't encountered in the past?
So Halo 3's customization tools haven't presented any new challenges, but they have made the challenge of testing all reasonable options more difficult. The freedom and almost limitless possibilities result in many options that need to be tested to see if they work as the best competitive settings.
And do you typically test in a 4v4 setting? Are pros exclusively used to test the settings? How much community and professional input must you take into account when designing the settings? What types of factors influence design decisions and people may not consider?
So testing has been almost exclusively 4v4 at this point. We test with players of all skill levels and take everyone's feedback seriously. Our ultimate goal is to arrive at settings that work as well in the first round of the open bracket as they do in the championship match. People may not know that the average duration of games and the likelihood that they will end in a tie influence design decisions. Games that finish 1-0 after 45 minutes or tie twice before there is a winner can be fun, but they don't lend themselves well to the time constraints of a pro circuit event.
So in version 1 MLG Halo 3 settings, equipment was removed from the map along with many weapons. These settings were certainly rushed out to give the competitive community something with which to work. How significant are changes in MLG version 2 settings? Will we see a return of equipment?
So some players might see the changes as being especially significant while others might not. For players that haven't been involved in testing for version 2, it might take a few games to learn all of the weapon and grenade spawns and to get used to the speed of the game and the power of the weapons. For now, equipment is still not a part of the MLG settings. We see the equipment as taking away from shooting skill and grenade precision, which have always been central to success in competitive Halo.
So what are your thoughts on shield doors in competitive game types? Are there things that can be done in Forge to neutralize the difficulties they introduce?
So shield doors encourage camping and can make leads insurmountable. They can work well in custom or matchmaking games, but can hinder tournament competition, especially if money is on the line. We have yet to find a way of neutralizing the difficulties they introduce. Therefore, maps that feature shield doors like Snowbound and Epitaph are not included in the list of MLG game types. Also because those maps fucking suck. That was not in the interview. That was just my 2 cents.
After having some time to sit down and test the game for a little while, what are your personal favorites in terms of maps and weapons?
My favorite map is the Pit. I like how the emphasis is on BR skill rather than grenade precision or close-range combat. My favorite weapon is the Carbine. Version 2 will give the Carbine similar power to that which it had in the Halo 3 demo. I've always had more fun playing with weapons like the Halo CE pistol and Halo 2 Carbine that had a high rate of fire and required you to keep your reticle on your opponent at all times. My favorite game types have been CTF on symmetrical maps like Midship and Wizard and Warlock, so I'm hoping for a similar map or maps or remake of those maps to be released for Halo 3 in the near future.
You mentioned altered carbine damage in V2 settings. Now that we have the option to change speed, damage, gravity, and shield recharge times, how much will MLG be tinkering with those fundamental aspects of gameplay?
For version 2, we have modified base player traits like player speed, damage resistance, and damage modifier. I'm very happy with the effect these changes have had on gameplay, so there won't be any more tinkering with the facet of the MLG settings for now. Of course, if Bungie went to release an update that changed the default damage that certain weapons deal, it'd be back to the drawing board. I see the gravity setting as one that played an integral part in the construction of the Halo 3 maps, and any change to it would have a significant impact on the accessibility of certain areas of maps.
Have you been experimenting with customized power-ups? And if so, what changes can we expect to see to power-ups?
Custom power-ups is probably one of the most undervalued additions to the Halo 3 settings list. We have come up with some crazy ideas, most of which don't belong in competitive Halo. For now, the only custom power-up that version 2 will see is a more powerful overshield, similar to that of Halo 2.
Halo 3's spawn system differs from its predecessors, and there have been mixed reviews from the competitive community. What is your strategy to changing spawn points, and how do you think it will affect competitive play?
My strategy for changing spawn points is to minimize spawn camping, allow for living players to remain in a position of power, and to give living players easier access to power-ups and power weapons than their spawning opponents. This means moving spawns so that players don't spawn under fire. Hey, Silos. Halo 1, ring a fucking bell? I spawn under fire in that game all the goddamn time.
That's the point of the game.
I know, fuck it. It's terrible. So this means moving spawns so that players don't spawn under fire, so that players can't get the immediate jump on a player that was holding a power weapon or a power position, and so that players don't spawn on top of power-ups and power weapons. I think our efforts will improve competitive play. However, we may not be able to truly tackle the spawn systems until version 3.
Does the way MLG professionals play the map significantly impact how you create game types as time goes on?
Absolutely. Online game testing can only go so far. Tournament play is the true test of game types. As professional strategies, like holding the BR tower on lockout in Halo 2, trickle down from the pro teams and become accepted as the norm, we are forced to take another look at our game types to see if they are being played in a way that harbors a fair competitive balance.
And since official rules are ever changing, how do you decide when a version of settings is finalized?
The MLG settings and rules are never truly final. We're always looking to make our rules and settings the best that they can be as new strategies and glitches are discovered. That being said, we always try to give our players ample time to practice for an upcoming competition, making sure we don't change anything in close proximity to a competition unless absolutely necessary.
And how do you, as a designer of official tournament game types, move forward after finalizing a version of MLG settings? How do you deal with the wide-ranging opinions of an outspoken, competitive community?
Well, the work never really stops. Moving forward from version 2, we will immediately start working on version 3 in an effort to put our best product out there for the start of competition in 2008. I think we deal with the opinions of an outspoken community in the same way that any creator of a successful product should, whether that product be it the nation's laws, art, literature, or video game tournament settings. That is, that everything in life has its supporters and its haters, and the haters are usually the most outspoken. I think it's important to stay confident in yourself, your abilities, and the abilities of those around you. So, the reason why I wanted us to read through that entire article is because a lot of the answers that Nelson provided literally tie directly into what we talked about last week. Should the community be listened to, right? How often are these settings looked at? How are these settings being tested? So on and so forth. Back in those MLG days, Nelson even said, we don't really know how well they're going to work until tournament play.
Mm-hmm.
But once the tournament's taken place, they can iterate immediately. And that's why I wanted to include this, is because even back then, in 2007 and 2008, a lot of those same philosophies sound like they should be taken into consideration now. It's how MLG continued to be one of the biggest masterminds in the space. It's how I think esports engine's going to do in the future as well. I think that's fantastic. And yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
So let's just say this first and foremost. Dave, welcome. Jordan, welcome. And yes, we are officially an affiliate now on Twitch, which means Jordan, almost said Justin, I'm sorry. Jordan, thank you so much for the sub. Well, what do we call ourselves?
Oh gosh. Do we need a new, oh God. It's in the works.
I don't think we need any do we need a name?
I don't know if we do.
I don't know either. Thanks, Recon.
How about we Twitter poll?
we could throw a Twitter poll out there.
Put
for
it out
sure.
there.
You were struggling with sub names for both now. Rip. Oh, dude, fuck me. It's okay. I have a doc up for the other one. We'll figure that out eventually. Subs are the pro talkers. Nah, screw having a name for subs. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, Vato. That's why I wanted to include it for you. It is all good. Spartans? We'll see. We're getting off topic here. But no, seriously, Jordan, thank you very much for the sub. Greatly appreciated. Welcome. Thank you for the support.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yes. First one.
Yep,
he's the first one.
First one. Jeez. All right. So back to this article.
Yes.
So they say they take members of all skill level into account when designing settings.
And the pro team might not be that.
Correct. They said they take strategies from pro players that then trickle down to more amateur players and tweak settings based on that. If something is overpowered in that area or something that needs to move, you never know.
Yep.
But the thing that I take most out of this is there seems to be one, MLG were the ones doing their own settings and tweaking things and the fact that it was ever changing. I think the problem that we saw with Halo 5 is that it took too long to change.
Yep.
Stayed the same for too long.
Too stagnant.
Tying this all back into Infinite, they're saying that this new engine they'll be able to make changes very quickly, and I'm hoping that with a competitive side, we will see it just happen right after the tournament. Hey, this didn't work this tournament. Let's make a change.
Agreed. So. And to put things into perspective here, Halo 3 released in 2007, September 25th. Okay. This article released on November 19th, 2007. And they're already working on version 2 settings.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind that they were already making changes that quickly. But remember what you talked about last week, Will? When maybe they should wait for the game to release first and then make the settings based off what people are doing?
Yeah.
That sounds like that's exactly what they did here.
I mean, well, MLG had to wait for the game to release.
They did. But the fact that not only did they have to wait, but they were continuously iterating and improving upon their settings right away, very quickly. I think that's fantastic. I'm so glad Adam found this fucking article and posted this. I thought this was great. And then, not to be outdone, I'll just quickly read through this. Coming soon, MLG playlist in Halo 3. This was published March 12th in 2008. Ever since the release of Halo 2, it's been a dream of ours to have MLG settings incorporated into matchmaking. There just isn't anyone out there who loves to play Halo as much as the MLG staff in our community, and seeing MLG inside of the game has always been one of the things we hope for most. So you can understand how excited we are to see that dream come true. In just a few weeks, Bungie will be launching a new MLG playlist in Halo 3, replacing the existing Team Hardcore playlist. This is a great testament to the growing importance of competitive gaming. Now, millions of Halo 3 players worldwide will be able to play like the pros using the same maps and settings that we use on the MLG Pro circuit. This means competitive gaming standards will reach a much broader audience than ever before. It's also a huge and humbling honor for us at MLG. We've worked hard to develop game types and settings that ensure fair competition and emphasize skill, and these settings have been adopted by competitors all over the world. To be recognized now as the standard for competitive play by Bungie is, well, pretty sick to say the least. We thank the millions of MLG competitors from all over the world for adopting these game types to begin with. None of this could have happened without you. I wanted to get the word out to the MLG community right away, but there will be a formal press release with more details to follow and more surprises to coincide with our season opener at the Meadowlands in April, so stay tuned. And for folks who aren't accustomed to competitive play, MLG will be producing a series of Get Better Fast content to familiarize players of all skill levels with the strategies and tactics used by the MLG's pro players. So keep your eyes peeled for more details in the coming weeks, and once the playlist goes live, you'll know where to find me online, dominating Sepso in the MLG playlist. So obviously, with 343 having a pro team, the competitive settings will just be the hardcore playlist no matter what. Yeah. That'll be a thing. But again, I wanted to include this too because it put an emphasis on, hey, you're right. MLG was the thing. They were the group that made the competitive settings. Bungie saw it and were like, huh, well, this is the official thing. Let's incorporate it. This will be our official thing too. And it's awesome seeing what happened at the ground floor level, how this all kind of started out and being fully incorporated into the game by the developers themselves. I think this is so awesome.
Now you said, I think I remember it was announced that Esports Engine would be working with Halo Infinite, right?
Correct.
So is this the answer of, hey, let's bring MLG back to do our settings? When Infinite launches, Esports Engine is going to look at the settings for competitive and then be able to tweak and say, hey, this is what needs to happen for a good competitive scene. We'll just get a repeat of Halo 3. I would love to see it.
I'd be fine with it too. But that brings us back to the thing that you were mentioning as well. Is esports going to be used as just the production aspect of the events?
Right.
Right.
How much involvement will they have?
Right.
We don't know at this point.
We'll have to wait and see, for lack of a better phrase that we always use. But seriously, that's what I want to know as well. How big of an impact is Esports Engine going to have on Infinite's esports as a whole? Are they going to be incorporated with settings? Are they working with the pro team? Are they just going to be on the production side? Are they just going to be setting up mainline HCS events and then grassroots are going to be doing some that Esports Engine's not a part of, right? No idea. So here's hoping. Also, Recon, thank you for the sub as well. Thank you very much for the Twitch primer. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. And then Vato asks, how do I get into these Halo community tournaments? Silas replied, they're online. You just register and maybe find some teammates first. Also, check out noobcombo.com, Matty Rum's website, because he includes, so we include a segment in our show about his website for the upcoming tournaments of the week. Make sure you check out noobcombo.com because he includes the upcoming tournaments of the week in an events sidebar and on a separate page itself. And details on how to sign up and whatnot, he includes them in the links as well. Definitely check that out. God, it's a good episode so far. I like this. This is really good. I love this. It's been, because we've talked about it before. I got my start with Halo 2 and Halo 3. In the competitive side, when I watched the MLG tournaments growing up as a kid and so on and so forth. And so now, and I wasn't, spoiler alert, or fun fact, I wasn't reading the MLG forums back in the day. I would just watch the events. I'd mark them on my calendar and I'd make sure that that's what I was doing that weekend, is watching the MLG event, right? So getting this behind the scenes look at how this happened, how these settings happened, how they got incorporated into Halo 3 proper. I didn't know. I think it's fantastic. It's great to get that information. Shall we move on to some regular news? First and foremost, hey, Goalie Sniper, welcome. Oh, man. Okay, so first news story. Ubernick joins Mantra. This is by Mantra. Mantra Esports would like to give a warm welcome to our newest content creator and live streamer, Ubernick. Congratulations to him. Now, on a somber note, the next news story is 343 Industries has lost a team member. This is by Jerry Hook. And I just, before I even read this, I want to put a disclaimer here. If I'm really incredibly sorry if I mispronounce this individual's name, because I'm probably going to. So, again, I apologize, but here we go. We had some sad news for 343 Industries this last week. The unexpected loss of Jens Hauk, our environment art tech lead. Kind, generous, and passionate. If you are moved to support his family, please do so here. Jens will be missed. And there's a GoFundMe link included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show for Jen's family. Again, if I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. Our condolences go out to his family and to everybody affected. That's just it's a sad moment. It's a very sad moment. Yeah, if you have the means to donate to the GoFundMe to help out his family, please do. It looks like they have 2 daughters, I believe, or just 2 children. But yeah, if you have the means to, please do so and rest in peace. That's what I'll say. On a lighter note, help finish the fight against COVID-19. This is by 343 Industries. Today, the world is engaged in a different kind of fight. Instead of an alien cult hell-bent on our destruction, we're facing a dangerous threat from a microscopic virus. And in lieu of the UNSC, we have real-world heroes in our scientists, doctors, nurses, caregivers, and essential services across every sector fighting for humanity. And while we may not have a real-life Master Chief to help finish this fight, we do have something even better. All of us. The millions of fans around the world who comprise the Halo community are no strangers to helping those in need. Over the years, the Halo community has rallied to help others through hardships, big and small, from individuals in need to larger efforts to like raising over $220,000 for global disaster relief or the Fight the Flood initiative that generated over $175,000 for Hurricane Katrina relief. I'm going to zoom in so I don't screw up reading more. Jeez. Okay. Giving back is one of the core studio values of 343 Industries, and everyone across the studio has a shared desire to find ways to help support those impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. We're excited to partner with our community to offer a few different ways players can help in these difficult times. Today, in partnership with our friends at MetaThreads, we're excited to offer a limited edition t-shirt as one way that Halo fans can contribute towards helping global communities impacted by COVID-19. All profits from the sales of these shirts will go directly to Global Giving's Coronavirus Relief Fund. Your donation will give communities on the front lines of this crisis the resources they need to act quickly and protect the most vulnerable. This t-shirt is meant to reflect 343 and Halo's commitment to helping those affected by the COVID-19 virus. We've taken the iconic UNSC emblem and repurposed the banner to reflect the Halo version of a popular hashtag that stands for community and resilience. #WeGotThis. Empathy and compassion are key during these trying times, and you can't spell hope and love without Halo. Of course, any donation, big or small, is incredibly helpful during this crisis, and we encourage everyone to do what you can do. If you prefer to donate directly to Global Giving or another organization, please do. If you'd like to help but also want a cool shirt, please do. The #WeGotThis Spartan shirt is available today through April 21st. As a special bonus, each shirt purchase will include a free month of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Please visit metathreads.com/Halo Relief to order and get additional details. And then there's a Relief and Recovery Rec Pack, which has been out for a little while. Players looking for an alternate means of helping out, we've brought back the Relief and Recovery Rec Pack in Halo 5 Guardians. The Relief and Recovery Rec Pack is available now through April 30th, and all proceeds from this in-game purchase will go directly to Global Giving's Coronavirus Relief Fund. We're humbled and blown away by the outpouring of support from the Halo community since we launched this back in March 27th. In less than 2 weeks, we've already raised over $200,000, thanks to the generous contributions of Halo players around the world. Thank you, Spartans. And speaking of in-game offerings, to help make your indoor times a little bit more enjoyable, we've activated double XP across both Halo 5 and MCC through April 30th. Additionally, the Arena and Warzone XP packs are being given away as well. And then, donate to the CDC Foundation by playing Xbox. Lastly, while not specifically a Halo program, we did want to highlight another fantastic opportunity to help those in need that's as simple as playing games on your Xbox. Please read this article on Xbox Wire for full details, but the gist of this US-only program is sign up for Microsoft Rewards at MicrosoftRewards.com, earn points by playing games on your Xbox, like Halo, hit the CDC button on your Xbox dashboard and donate your Microsoft Reward points to the CDC Foundation. 1,000 reward points equals $1 donated, and then Microsoft will match your donation 1-to-1. And that's it. Helping others has never been so easy. Head over to Xbox Wire for additional details. So there you go. That is fantastic. All right. Ready for the next news story, Will?
Yes.
All right. The MCC development and flighting update for April 10th, 2020. This is by Postums. And don't worry, it's not long. Flight status. We are still currently in rings 1 and 2. Over the past few weeks, we've been releasing updates regularly to fix various issues that have been found by our early access rings. Our current target is to begin public flighting in the later half of next week, so this week, once our last Ring 3 blocking bug is resolved. If and when it is fixed, and no new blocking issues are found, we will let folks know and get the next one out the door. And then they talk about the new invite process. And then for Silos, before we go, we wanted to share a great note to folks. An additional bug fix for Halo CE has been added to the list that was shown off from last week's blog as well. This spread on the Magnum when playing at higher than 30 FPS has been resolved internally.
Woo! So they still need to push it out then?
They do.
But it's in the work. It's there.
And the other thing is, so this flight that's going to be coming, this flight was supposed to include Halo CE fixes and Halo Reach, Forge, and Theater.
It didn't.
It's not going to. So I wonder if this has to be flighted first before fully going out.
Interesting.
In which case you're going to be waiting even longer, Silas. I'm sorry.
I hope it doesn't have to be flighted.
I hope not either.
They should just be able to patch it.
I agree. I hope they just do it. Vato states, going through all this quarantine gets to you, but getting into the Halo community helps out a lot. Thanks for the show and all the information. Love the show. Love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
God damn. So nice. So nice. Oh, we need more of that. The final news story of the week. Halo 5 matchmaking update. This is by Josh Mankey over on Twitter, and I quote, based on recent analysis, we've adjusted matchmaking to make best possible match within the 5-minute timeout period, regardless of party size or skill. Parties that have had trouble finding matches in the past will find it easier to find one if they wait 5-minute tops.
So I'm going to get crushed as a solo queuer matching up against teams because I don't have a team with me. I'm scared.
But at least you don't have to wait. At least you don't have to wait as long for a match.
But it's going to get wrecked in Halo 5 now.
Oh, man, dude.
I get wrecked anyway, so whatever.
It's okay. And then I am not seeing anything on Infinite's Twitter page as to what their plan is for tournaments.
Okay.
And they did say Monday. So today is Monday. So I don't know.
So TBD.
All right. And then for those who are tuning in now, that's it for the regular news. Thank you. I'm sorry. I totally just forgot about that.
I was all ready for it, and then you just... Well.
You were. I just took it away from you right like that. For those who are just tuning in now, we're doing a segment flip. So since we are primarily a Halo esports podcast, we are putting all the Halo-related items at the top of the show. And then we're going to include the COD and Other Games Watch and then other video game stuff like Will's Adventures at the latter end of the show. So without further ado, let's get into COD and Other Games Watch. Couple big things. So, first up, we're back. The CDL returns this Friday, April 10th, in other words, last Friday, with online play and a new schedule. This is by Call of Duty League. Earlier this year, the Call of Duty League enjoyed an incredible launch, debuting 12 city-based teams across 4 countries, stacked with the best Call of Duty players in world competing live events and in the world, competing live before thousands of fans for the right to be considered the greatest on Earth. While the unprecedented global challenges of the past month required us to shift away from live events, our commitment to delivering elite competitive entertainment for our fans remains unwavering. Today, we are proud to announce that the world's best players are returning to action on Friday, April 10th at 4 p.m., with the league shifting to an online competition and broadcast production format. The Dallas Home Series weekend will be broadcasted on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on our YouTube channel and will feature 8 teams in action. Okay, this new fully online format, players, team staff, and production personnel will compete and work safely from locations of their choice and in accordance with current health and safety recommendations and governmental mandates. This new format also preserves the same competitive fire that fans witnessed at live events held earlier in the season, The action, intensity, rivalries, play-by-play, and good old-fashioned smack talk, it's all back, while also giving players and teams the most safe and fair way of competing remotely, given the unique challenges posed by the current health situation. Fans will continue to see live competition that includes play-by-play analysis from their favorite Call of Duty League personalities in real time. All 9 remaining Call of Duty League home series events will be played Friday through Sunday and will start at the same time each day. Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, and Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern. The new schedule preserves the number of home series weekends originally slated to take place in a live event format, and each home series will feature the same participating pro teams. Additional details on the 2020 Call of Duty Championship weekend will be released at a later time. Additionally, for our aspiring Path to Pro community, team-hosted Call of Duty Challengers events will now take place online in conjunction with teams' home series weekends and will feature dedicated tournaments across North America, Europe, and the Asia-Pacific region. The league will also produce 5 dedicated 2-day Challenger events, each with a $50,000 in prizing, held across all 3 regions. Lastly, the Call of Duty League City Circuit continues with 2v2 action in Modern Warfare's gunfight mode. Each Call of Duty franchise team may choose to nominate the representing duo or qualify them through online competition. Make sure to follow your favorite team's social media channels for more information on how to participate in their city circuit. More details are also available at the link they provide in the article. Although these shifts to online competition may not be what we imagined at launch, we are deeply grateful to be able to continue to spotlight our incredible teams in a new way and to give our cities and fans more reasons to cheer. For more details about our shift to online play, go to the link they include, or just stay here because I'm going to read them. All right. What has the league learned from live events this season that can inform online events? The first 4 live events of the season, Minnesota, London, Atlanta, and LA, were a great way to start the season. It was really inspiring to see our staff working together with the franchise teams to build and launch the Call of Duty League. We are making improvements and iterations from event to event that continue to make their production better. Moving online presents a different set of challenges, and operating remotely is an added layer of complexity as well. We're very excited to move forward with the season online. We know we'll have things to fix and improve, but we're eager to do that for our fans, teams, players, and partners. What are the biggest challenges in maintaining competitive integrity for online matches? Server latency and player disconnections have been a major concern for the team and a primary focus for the past weeks. We've implemented several new rules and workflows that will allow us to be prepared for many new scenarios as we move to online matches. So how is the league mitigating potential online issues such as server latency? Our partners at the studios have worked tirelessly with our internal technology teams to establish and test new dedicated servers around the country that will allow us to create the fairest environment possible for Call of Duty League matches. We've been testing these servers in collaboration with our players as we continue to optimize our solution and minimize latency for the different match variations we may see in the home series tournament format. We've been testing for weeks, and each day we get more data and opportunities to better the product. It's a learning experience. We know online match play won't be perfect, but we're doing everything in our power to make the best competitive environment we can. So how will they operate and how will they be officiated online? We'll continue to follow similar processes as we did for live events. However, with all staff and players being remote, we have transitioned to using software services that allow us to communicate with our players and teams, troubleshoot issues, and enforce competition integrity throughout all matches. Our competition operations and IT teams will be actively monitoring all matches live and are ready to support issues as they happen. Will the broadcast tool for online events replicate the LAN event? Basically. Will fans be able to see player cams during online matches? Basically. I saw that Crim6 did not have his on.
Yeah.
But more like most people did. Will all matches have casters? Yes. Will players compete at home or together with their whole team? Basically, based off CDC guidelines and what the government mandates, they can do what they need to do. What is the league doing to protect the health and safety of staff who work on the broadcast? So they've developed new software and tools online that allow all their staff to work remotely, and that's how they remain safe. And then, when might the league return to LAN events? Our focus now is establishing a structure and schedule for regular season events moving online. When we announced shifting our events online in early March, we mentioned our aspiration to get back to live LAN events. We will continue to monitor the situation, but we're thrilled to bring the Call of Duty League regular season competition back for fans around the world. In other words, wait till next season, because they already said the rest of these ones are going to be online.
Yep.
So what do you think?
I think it's amazing that they went through and created new software for this to be possible.
Yes.
Obviously, there's a lot of money tied up in this league. It needed to continue to make money.
Yes.
But the fact they're willing to go through all that to get these events up, and I think they did it in a pretty good, timely manner.
Agreed.
It feels weird online. It's weird to watch. I don't know if you saw the same thing, but there was times where like the video would like skip back a few seconds.
Yeah.
And that really bugged me because all of a sudden I'm hearing the same thing twice and it just threw me out of it.
Yep.
There's also an issue with one of the casters like disconnected, and he was speaking like 30 or 15 to 30 seconds later in the broadcast.
It was Miles Ross.
Miles, yes.
Yeah,
and it was
I saw
during
that too.
the Florida-Chicago game.
Okay.
So
it happened before that too.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah.
So, but the fact is, doing this remotely is a huge challenge.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think they did very well with what they had.
Yes.
I saw somebody, I think Chicago Huntsmen are in a gaming house. They're in it like all together.
I think so.
And I thought it was funny with like, there was a tweet online saying, oh, imagine playing all in the same room for, during COVID thing, but they're all living together anyways.
Right.
They're not introducing themselves to anything new.
I think Formal's the only one that's not. I think he's still in LA.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I just remember like from seeing the the Vision type series that they were doing. So yeah. And then Justin says it kind of sucks because this is the first Call of Duty I've actually been interested in a long time, but I understand why they're doing what they're doing. Got to be safe. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah.
But no, good accomplishment. The tournament itself, we made it to the finals again.
We got second.
Minnesota. We can't get over that hump.
Nope.
No matter what it is. It's like we get to the finals and we just we lose one of the respawn games and we can't take a S&D. We just can't.
A couple caveats here. One, we did beat last event. We beat arguably the best team in the league in Atlanta.
Yes.
And nobody thought that was possible. So the time we played them before that even, we brought them to game 5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we can hang with them, and we beat them once. Dallas beat us last event.
We got revenge.
We got revenge and beat them this event.
Yep.
So now it's Florida and Chicago.
Yep.
Like those are the two big ones that we need to topple, and then we're good.
And Florida bringing in Pharaoh.
Yeah.
That was huge for them. It's completely changed up their game style.
Yep.
They're all of a sudden firing on all cylinders, and they took down Chicago, which we lost to earlier in the bracket. And
was it 3-1 that we lost them or 3-0?
Yep, 3-1.
Yeah.
Maybe 3-0. I don't remember.
Either way, we got beat.
I blocked it out of my mind.
The fact we came back, I was like, God damn, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm glad Chicago has our number, and now we only played once against Florida, right?
Yes.
So
I think
the thing is I feel like our team does really well when they have time to prepare against the team.
Sure.
So the fact that they changed Pharaoh in for Pristini, we were probably planning to still play against their Pristini type gameplay when Pharaoh changed it up. He played a little differently. They were able to change ARs and subs into what they needed more. And
sure.
So we will have to see what happens with the future of CDL. We are currently tied for second place in CDL points.
Next to Atlanta or next to Dallas? Or Florida now?
Florida, Dallas, and Minnesota all have 100 points.
Okay, so we're all tied for second.
Yep.
Chicago
has 110.
So they're in first.
And Atlanta, who has played one less event than
they're in third.
They're in well, technically they'd be fifth with 90 points. Though.
Sure.
With 90 points.
Okay.
And that's one less event. So they get one more game win, brings them tied right for second.
There. Yeah.
And then if they win to go to basically if they make the semifinals next round, they're in first place.
Right. We're all right there.
But yeah, we're all right there, which is great to see, the top half of the league. Now, Florida is also tied with us now.
Yep.
So I don't know if I said that. I totally spaced. But teams that definitely need some work. The Gorillas. They're last place. They've won one match.
AKA fuckaches.
So, I mean, he got dropped, right?
Oh, he got benched.
He got benched.
Yeah.
Who else is at the bottom? I think Seattle is down there.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate, too, because they have Enable, and I like Enable.
Yep. And then, Optic is not doing so hot.
Optic LA is not good.
Subliners are at the bottom of the list as well. So
that sucks, too.
It's it's interesting that I'm wondering if
Yes,
when we go
Justin. Ogre 2.
yeah. I'm wondering if when we go if we go to like a Black Ops type game, if we'll see other teams emerge over others. I'm also curious. I don't know contracts. I don't know what was put down on the table for these players.
Sure.
But will we have a quote unquote roster mania next season of CDL? Our team's going to switch up. Our team's going to stay the same.
Sure.
Could we see?
Well, there are trade deadlines. We know that for a fact.
Yes, trade deadlines.
Yep.
But also like, is there like? I wish we got more clarity like the NFL. Is it a multi-year deal?
Sure.
I mean, if I had Scump on my team, I'm signing him for at least 2 years.
Oh,
I'd want to. He's at the top of the list.
Right, and the fact that him and Formal back together.
Yep, that's huge.
Yep.
And then Simp and Abizi, they're great.
Oh my God,
they're freaking amazing together.
The Tiny Terrors or whatever they are. Yeah.
So like my dream team would literally be Formal, Scump, Simp, Abizi, and then I would even throw
God RX
in there with the way he's been performing. That would be dream team right there.
That'd be crazy.
I do love our team though. Alex has been doing great.
We're good. We're really good.
I've become a fan of Silly. I don't know why. I just like him.
He seems really tall.
Really? I don't know.
He just looks really tall. Like
he's average height.
Oh, he looks in every promo thing. He looks like a tall boy.
But yeah, our team is pretty good.
We are
pretty damn good. We're the sleeper team of the year.
I think we are.
We don't have any we didn't have any huge names, right? We don't have the Crims. We don't have we don't have
the Scumps, the Formals.
Yeah, all those
Simps.
top. But we have a solid freaking team, and I think we have really good team chemistry.
Yep.
I think that's huge. And not a lot of people know about him, but Tiny is our bench player.
Yep.
And the fact when we were at that event, he was up in front, cheering on his team, cheering on his guys.
Yep.
And he's always his attitude, his mood is always great. I see him on social media all the time, and he's just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be a great player in the future. He's like the Jimmy Garoppolo behind Brady on the bench.
Ooh, I like that.
Someday someone's going to realize Tiny's going to be the guy, and I think he's going to show up big.
So let's catch up on chat here for a second. So yeah, Recon. Yes, Silas is right. It's Enable. And he plays on the Seattle Surge, and he's been playing in competitive Call of Duty for a long time.
Yes.
I like him a lot. Obviously, he used to be a professional Halo player. And then Justin asked, "Did you guys see Frosty's clutch? That was dope. The 1v4 in S&D, I think is what he's referencing, where Frosty just went off.
Maybe I don't know if I saw it.
It was I think I saw the clip on Twitter. I think that's what I think that's what you might be referencing. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then also, Will, did you know that this is now this technically now means that Frosty is a multi FPS champion?
Since you did win
Halo and Call of Duty.
I'm going to not count this because it's not a season finale.
I know.
No,
that's why I said technically he is.
He's a home series champion. That's it's not really a full tournament. I want all 12 teams there.
Right. This isn't a national championship.
This is like winning a qualifier.
Ooh.
Right?
Just shitting on Frosty right now.
We're working towards CDL points, which is your qualifier points, to go into the final bracket, which I don't know. I need to look up the rules again. But is there a mid-season tournament and then it all resets? Or is there a mid-season tournament and then a final? Because I'm really confused.
So we are the mid-season event.
The home series, yeah.
Yes, ours is. Because we were the home one.
Right.
I mean, we were the opener, which means we are the mid-season. So I do not know if there is a mid-season final. I can't remember.
I'm really curious if there's a mid-season final or what's going on.
So if there's a mid-season final, does that mean if Frosty wins that, are you gonna count that?
If it's a tournament with all 12 teams and it's hey, after this points reset and we go to a second half of the season, but then there would have to be a final and then a champion with.
As long as all teams are there, I'll count it.
Sure.
Because we haven't had one where all teams are there since the opener.
Yep. And yes, so Recon says Frosty making that money. Yeah. Reports have been that player salaries are near the 200,000 mark. So yeah, crazy.
Good for them. That's hot diggity goddamn.
But and just think about that. That's guaranteed. You don't have to get a percentage from your org that.
I wonder if bonuses I wonder if there's bonuses.
That would be my assumption. That's how
Sports work.
Most pro sports work is if you make it to the playoffs, and each playoff win you get more bonuses, or even like, I don't know how they would implement this in Call of Duty based on roles, but like Brady could possibly sign as a clause in his contract, like at 10 passing TDs, he gets this bonus. At 15, he gets this. They have those clauses in there.
Or a defensive end getting sacks, right? If you get this many sacks at the end of the year or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting on what they could be doing. We don't have details. I would really like details on a contract.
Same.
But yeah, we just don't know at this point.
Maybe if somebody retires from the league, we'll be able to get that information.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's got to be right now NDA clauses on that.
Yeah. Up the ass. Absolutely. Shall we move on?
Yeah. What do we got next?
All right, Will, here you go.
Oh, it's this one.
Yep. Introducing DualSense, the new wireless game controller for the PlayStation 5. This is by the PlayStation blog. So we've reached an exciting milestone with PlayStation 5, as we're starting to ship our new controller in its final design to developers who are implementing its unique features into their games. But first, we wanted everyone in the PlayStation community to get a first look at the DualSense wireless controller and hear our vision for how the new controller will captivate more of your senses as you interact with the virtual worlds in PS5 games. The features of DualSense, along with PlayStation 5's Tempest 3D audio tech, will deliver a new feeling of immersion to players. When PS4 launched in 2013, the DualShock 4 wireless controller garnered a lot of positive feedback from gamers and developers for being the best PlayStation controller yet. Bullshit. And for introducing forward-looking features like the share button. Who wanted that button?
No idea.
I wanted a pause and select button. I didn't want the fucking share button. Whatever. Yeah. This brought us to the next question. How do we build upon that success? Well, after thoughtful consideration, we decided to keep much of what gamers love about the DualShock 4 intact, while also adding new functionality and refining the design. Based on our discussions with developers, we concluded that the sense of touch within gameplay, much like audio, hasn't been a big focus for many games. We had a great opportunity with PlayStation 5 to innovate by offering game creators the ability to explore how they can heighten that feeling of immersion through our new controller. This is why we adopted haptic feedback, which adds a variety of powerful sensations you'll feel when you play, such as the slow grittiness of driving a car through mud. We also incorporated adaptive triggers into the L2 and R2 buttons of DualSense so you can truly feel the tension of your actions, like when drawing a bow to shoot an arrow.
So like if you're pulling like L2 to aim, is it going to be like tougher to push down like with a freaking like
No, you'll just feel it in the rumbles.
The rumble.
Yeah, it's like this, it's nearly the same thing. It's going to be a little bit more immersive than what is already existing in Halo. Halo in Xbox, in the Xbox One controller. So there you go. So that's neat. This provided us with an exciting challenge to design a new controller that builds off of the current generation while taking into consideration the new features that we're adding. For example, with adaptive triggers, we had to consider how the components would fit into the hardware without giving it a bulky feeling. Our design team worked closely with our hardware engineers to place the triggers and actuators. The designers were also then able to draw the lines of how the exterior of the controller would look and feel, with the challenge of making the controller feel smaller than it really looks. In the end, we changed the angle of the hand triggers and also made some subtle updates to the grip. We also took thoughtful consideration into ways to maintain a strong battery life with DualSense's rechargeable battery and to lessen the weight of the controller as much as possible as the new features are added. So, before we continue on, there is no removable battery based off what we're hearing here. It's the same as every PlayStation controller.
Yep.
It's rechargeable. And then also, if you have not seen pictures of it, it looks like they're going towards the Xbox One controller design of like more smooth, like I don't know. It looks.
Yeah. So like on the PS4, right? Like there was like a circle that you could see the edge around.
Yeah.
This is just it looks smooth.
Yes, it looks smooth. Yeah, I might be looking for a different word, but when you look at pictures, it looks like they're going more in the Xbox design aspect, which actually I am way more for. Now, Silo says DualShock 4 is better than Xbox One controller. So I can't stand the PlayStation 4 controller. To me, it doesn't feel comfortable in my hand. And I actually like the PlayStation 3 controller because it really wasn't that big of an iteration change from the PS2 controller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it felt really, really lightweight. Like it felt like a toy, but overall I liked it for what it was. But the DualShock 4, it just didn't feel good in my hands. And I still just will never get over the non-offset stick placement. And this is coming from somebody who played PlayStation 2 and PS3 for so long. I just don't, ever since playing with off-axis like sticks, I just prefer that more. But that might just be me. Which has a garbage battery life. Oh, the DualShock 4? Agreed. Okay. So, for the buttons, you'll notice there is no longer a share button, as we had with DualShock 4. But don't worry, it's not going away. In fact, we've built upon the success of our industry-first share button to bring you a new Create button feature. With Create, we're once again pioneering new ways for players to create epic gameplay content to share with the world or just enjoy for themselves. We'll have more details on this feature as we get closer to launch. DualSense also adds a built-in microphone array, which will enable players to easily chat with friends without a headset.
It's going to be horrible.
Ideal for jumping into a quick conversation, but of course, if you're planning to chat for a longer period, it's good to have that headset handy. In other words, they're basically saying, hey, don't use this for prolonged periods because it's going to pick up everything.
Yep.
Now let's talk about colors. Traditionally, our base controllers have a single color. But as you can see, we went with a different direction this time around and decided on two-tone design. Additionally, we changed the position of the light bar that it will give it an extra pop. On DualShock 4, it sat on the top of the controller. Now, it sits at each side of the touchpad, giving it a slightly larger look and feel. Because God knows everyone wanted the light bar to be bigger. And now it's in your fucking face. In all, we went through several concepts and hundreds of mock-ups over the last few years before we settled on this final design. DualSense has been tested by a wide range of gamers with a variety of hand sizes in order for us to achieve the comfort level we wanted, with great ergonomics. Our goal with DualSense is to give gamers the feeling of being transported into the game world as soon as they open the box. We want gamers to feel like the controller is an extension of themselves when they're playing, so much so that they forget that it's even in their hands. Wow. The PR speech in that one. Woo.
Recon says, are they going to hold the controller up to their face to chat with other players? Maybe.
Oh, no, my God.
I think it's meant to be like
a quick like push to talk thing.
Yeah, hop in a party chat and be like, hey, guys, I can be on in like 5 minutes and hop out without having to go find your headset.
Yes.
But if you know there's going to be kids who parents don't buy them a headset and they're in party chat and they're just and that's all you hear, it's instant mute, right?
That's like, why I really hope that there is like a push to talk functionality enabled, because think about that. Like that'd be so nice. Like if you're playing a round of Call of Duty or whatever, and you die and you need to call out somebody real quick. You're just able to press a button on the controller or like hold down a button on the controller, say where the enemy is real quick, just let go and you're done. Like I would like that. I think that'd be fine. Yeah, fuck the Duke. The Duke was terrible. But yeah. So there you go, DualSense.
So the version 2 of DualSense or DualShock 4.
Yeah.
Sorry. The light bar on top was really nice that it was, because before they didn't have one. It was on the back. It was just on the back of the controller. And I liked seeing that on the top.
Are you talking about like on the touchpad itself, the little slit?
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought that was really cool. Now now it's going to be like dead center in the freaking.
Yeah, it's on both sides of the touchpad and it goes down at an angular.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. As long as I can change the brightness like I can with the DualShock 4s, it's not going to be a problem. I'm just giving it shit.
Oh, yeah.
And I do really I think I'm going to really like the ergonomic changes that they made because, and this isn't coming from like an Xbox fanboy or anything. It's just for me, holding an Xbox One controller just feels more natural and just feels better to me in my hands. So seeing that they're going with the DualSense controller more in that type of way with the ergonomic feel, I might like this a lot more because the only reason why I still have my PlayStation 4 is for the exclusive games. That's literally it. Otherwise, I hate the controller. I can't stand it. I don't like it at all. So seeing them go a little bit in this different direction, I'm genuinely excited for what that controller is going to feel like. This is a radical departure from what they've done before.
Yeah.
Like DualShock 4 was a pretty big change from the PS1 the PS1 origination of DualShock to the PS2 to the PS3. They were all basically the same thing. And then PS4s had a more rounded ends, right? And brought a slightly different design to the whole thing. This one's a huge change. So, yeah, I'm more excited to see what normal, like current PlayStation 4 gamers are going to think when they get that in their hand. Because it still has the same stick layout, like normal. It just looks like it's a little bit better ergonomically for me. So, we'll see. All right. And the final piece of COD and Other Games Watch, the Valorant Day 1 closed beta in EUNA and moving forward. This is by Joe and Anna of Riot Games. Hello, aspiring Valorant players. First, thank you all for your interest and passion. Demand for access for the Valorant closed beta has inspired us, humbled us, and overwhelmed us a little. We learned a lot from yesterday and would like to let you know what's going on with closed beta entitlement drops, what we're seeing, and to reassure you that you don't need to watch 48 hours straight of streams. We'll be straightforward with you as we always have been. We need to make sure we're not overloading our servers. If yesterday was an indication, we need to make sure we ramp up slowly as hundreds of thousands, we hope, of players start piling in at the same time. We still think we're ready to lean in and solve these problems, but we're not going to lie to you in saying we don't have problems to solve. We'll start with some realities. We want to support a stable, competitive, high-fidelity gameplay experience above all, even if that means limiting the number of people we can support for now. We can't and won't undermine gameplay quality for the sake of getting everyone in. 2, this means we'll continue to be careful about how many players we let into closed beta over the course of the next few days and weeks. It's a lot of players, but honestly not nearly as much as the current demand we're seeing. This might die off. We're a new game, but we're not going to ignore it. And 3, to repeat, we are aware of the demand and doing what we can to meet it in this current climate. Check back in the next week with us and we'll let you know how that's going. Now, to clarify a few things as we set ourselves up to meet this demand. First, here's how the closed beta entitlements work at a high level. They work differently than Twitch's regular drop program because we're tracking and entitling for access on our databases, so we can apply another layer of scrutiny. You need to link your Riot account with your Twitch account and start watching Valorant Twitch streams with drops enabled. We hope you've done this already. Once you've passed a certain threshold of a couple hours watched on those streams, it's roughly 2, and we're tracking by total Valorant stream view time, you're eligible for a closed beta entitlement drop. That said, everyone else who has watched at least a few hours of streams is also eligible, and we're having limited slots on our servers. Yesterday at a rough count, we saw peak 1.7+ million people on Twitch, but there were definitely more who came in and out during the day. All of you are eligible for a drop. A few of you may have even woken up to one in your inbox. Speaking of which, aside from server outages, when we pause new entitlements, throughout the day and night, we are constantly taking everyone who's eligible for a drop, and we give a percentage of them closed beta access. The selection is random to give fairness, but we give a higher weight to those of you who have watched more hours of Valorant streams. This weight gives you a higher chance of being selected, but it's still not guaranteed. Hours watched also has diminishing returns, so please don't burn yourself out trying to marathon Valorant streams. Now some reassurances. We are actively looking into account sellers. If you buy an account for Valorant access, please be aware that your account could be banned before launch. We're aware of all the view botting going on, and do want to reassure you that both us and Twitch have filters in place to distinguish bots versus people. You can't get keys from player support. We're also aware of a few of you getting double drops via Twitch. That's a UI error, but it's not taking away anyone else's entitlement. You do not need to be on Twitch the very moment you get a drop. Take a break. With every wave of entitlements we do, you're eligible and will be notified if you made it, even after you've turned off your streams. You don't need to have multiple streams open to increase your chances, and you don't need to be AFK through the night on streams. And for those of you who have been marathoning Valorant streams in hopes of getting a drop, we see you. There's a shockingly large amount of you, but we should have known this. We can't guarantee anything, but we hope we can reward you for your dedication. Please take a break. We'll try to get to you. So there you go. If you have not got in yet, and you've already watched over a couple hours of a Valorant stream that has drops enabled, any of them, don't worry about it. Watch somebody else or watch more. If that's somebody that you like to watch, there's no problem with that. So there you go. That's what I got. That's COD and Other Games Watch.
All right.
But speaking of Valorant, Will,
Yeah.
because I know you're going to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
let's get right into Will's Adventures within the Haloverse. Would you play this week?
All right.
I'm good.
So on Monday, I played CSGO
Yes.
in prep for Valorant.
Yes. You
So I was telling you before we recorded the last show, I was having a VAC error, which is their anti-cheat wasn't able to verify.
Yes.
I needed a Windows update that wasn't, it's when I would go into my settings, it would say it was up to date, but
Additional updates?
apparently there was something else I needed
That's
to update.
stupid
So
as shit.
I ended up getting into CSGO. I played with David, Heavy Rainfall.
How'd that go?
It was fun.
Good.
We played a couple matches of the 10v10 because I didn't want to get into competitive because I don't think I could because I'm still level like 3.
Sure.
Um,
So that answers your question, Vato. Yes, what's your rank on CSGO?
I'm just started.
So unranked, or do you
I don't-
bronze? I don't know. I don't know the ranking
I'm
system
not
in
ranked.
CSGO. Perfect.
I haven't played enough to rank.
It's okay.
And then, so we played the 10v10 like casual mode on Dust 2, which is the most common map.
Indeed.
Was practicing shooting, but then Dave was like, "Hey, there's other modes too." We jumped into like a kind of a gun game where you start with a pistol, you got to get a
work
kill,
your way up.
work your way up.
Yep.
And then that way, I was able to test aiming with different weapons, which was great, you know. And it just kind of brought some map awareness,
Sure.
and how to hold angles and whatnot.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a really good time playing with Dave. You got to learn it a little bit, learn movement, and then I'm really glad I played because then when I got beta access the first day.
Nice.
When they did like the sponsored streams with everyone, that they all synced up their times and watched their like alpha footage.
Yeah.
I got a drop first day, so
Nice.
I was super excited. I actually woke up early before work on that Tuesday to try to play before going to work.
Oh,
But I got the error 43 where it couldn't connect. The issues they were talking about. Everyone was trying to get in at the same time. And I just needed to wait. So they fixed that error, got in Tuesday night, and yeah, I'm really enjoying Valorant.
same.
I've been playing a ton.
Awesome.
Pretty much it's all I've played all week.
Awesome.
So no other games, unfortunately.
It's okay.
Um,
This is the big one.
yeah, it's huge. It's a whole new world.
A whole
Yeah,
new
exactly where
world.
my mind went and why I stuttered.
It's okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna put my foot up.
I'm still learning how to move, hold angles, the shooting.
Sure.
I'm running into. It's weird because I'll have games where I had a game this weekend where I was playing with Joey.
Yep.
And we went like 13. We went 13-0. Didn't lose a round. Felt great.
So Joey got it too.
Joey ended up getting in. Yes.
Awesome.
On his like third account. So
Third account? How many Twitch accounts does he have?
he had one.
Oh, he made multiple.
He made multiple Twitch accounts to increase his
Jesus
because he had
Christ.
watched like over. He had basically his stream on for 3 days straight and didn't get a drop.
Sure.
He made a new account, got a drop within 3 hours.
Really?
Yep. So I get some people's pain out there.
I got mine on the first day. I got mine on the Tuesday, right? Because it went live on Tuesday.
Yeah. So you could get the first drop on like the previous Friday.
Yeah. I got mine on the first day they were able to play.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that sucks with the randomness of it all.
It
man.
does. It does. But yeah, I really enjoy the game. I want to learn it more, keep playing. I wish there was more maps at this point, but I'm happy learning the 3.
Yeah.
The big debate on Twitter now is Raze too powerful.
Yeah. I've seen some shit.
Yeah, I think.
But I've also seen instances where, like, I mean, when we even played, where a rocket, like her ult, right? Or his ult? Her ult is the rocket launcher, right?
Yes.
And it could be like right behind the player and it won't kill them.
Yeah, you have to have almost a dead-on hit.
Yeah, so I don't think... But then I think people's complaints are that she has the ult of a rocket and then she also has C4, right?
C4, grenades, every her satchel, every single one of her abilities does damage.
Got it.
I think that's the issue.
I can understand the want for tweaking things down a bit.
But to counter that,
there's so many others.
You have walls. You have ice, like for
Sage.
Sage, you can throw down all these slowing abilities
and heal.
Yeah. If you hear her ult, because you hear everyone's ult.
Yeah.
Run away. Fucking let them have the sight. Waste the ult and then retake.
Yep. Or if you have a I'm blanking out on his name. The dude that can like put the camera up, put the
crypto.
Yeah. If somebody if you have a crypto on your team. You can set up trip wires.
Yeah,
you can set up
if she ults and tries to move, she gets caught.
Exactly. There are multiple ways that you can potentially counter that situation. In case the ult is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think people feel like she's too strong. I think people just need to learn character abilities and how to properly use them.
Right. We're still so early on. The game isn't even out yet.
So early on. And there might be more heroes that we don't know or what do they call them? Agents. More agents.
And their plan is to release more as time goes on.
Yeah.
And I think have more at launch. And the other thing, too, is that they, like what? CSGO, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have, basically, when you play CSGO, if you've played for a while, you know the maps and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You basically know everything that's going to happen at that point.
Yep.
It comes down to, what have people bought in that round? What weapons am I going up against?
Mm-hmm.
And then the skill level of the opponent.
Yeah.
With Valorant and the hero abilities and whatnot, they're not so dynamic, but they do change the gameplay. The heroes themselves are not incredibly dynamic, but they change the gameplay dynamic a lot.
Yeah.
Just based on their subtle differences that they have between one another. And that's why I like how it's not full-blown hero shooter like Overwatch is.
Yeah.
And this still, to me, retains that competitive aspect like a CS has. It just adds that slight iterative touch that makes it new, fresh, exciting. I'm taking away from you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying.
Right, you should be the one saying it. I'm sorry.
No. But I agree with everything you say. Those abilities just change it up enough where when you watch the pro teams take a site in CS, they kind of go about it the same way. Okay, smoke this hall, move here, hold this angle. Where this, you can throw the freaking ice down in a smoke, and then when you hear the ice crunch, they're in the smoke, and you can pre-fire without even looking and hope to get that kill.
Right.
Granted, there's things in CS where you can maybe hear someone's step, but even if they're slow walking in Valorant, you hear that step on that ice, which is pretty cool.
One of the things that people like this, another reason why this is still so new and there's still so much to learn. I was literally watching Lupo stream today, and he was playing with Cloaksy and whatnot, like the people he normally plays with. I forgot who did this, but on one of the maps, there was a wall bangable area that none of them that he was playing with knew about, including him, except the one player who had found it before and actually killed somebody through it. And like everyone was like, what the fuck? We didn't know he could do that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I got him like 130. I shot him. I got 2 shots on him, one in the body and one in the head. And I'm like, dude, just think about how many more little areas like that are on these maps that nobody knows about. Valorant's going to be insane.
Yeah, I agree. Playing it right now feels amazing. I like learning all this new stuff.
Yep.
I've gotten to the point where I've noticed some tendencies about these new players, though. On defense, a lot of people just like to push out. And I feel like people need to wait a little bit more.
Sure.
I've just been seeing it. Let the offense come to you. If they have to usually come through a choke point to get to you, hold that down rather than pushing out into an open area and then you are either exposed or something. So
have the Cypher use their traps. Listen for footsteps. They're fucking loud.
Yes. The biggest thing for new players that I've noticed too is they don't slow walk. They just run in. Sound is huge.
It's a beautiful part.
You can hear them coming a mile away. People don't communication's huge. You need communication to be successful in that game.
You're not going to be able to lone wolf in this.
No.
You just can't. I mean, if you're
a god.
But then again, skill-based matchmaking is a thing.
Yep.
Therefore, even if you are a god, you get matched up against other people of your same skill level, so you're still not going to be able to solo.
Right. It's tough. And but yeah, I don't know. It's just I never got huge into CS. So this is my CS now.
Yeah.
And I just love it. I'm going to be playing it a lot, I think. I think it's
Agreed.
Yeah.
It's
the match time is long. Like if you get in a match, it's like if you goes the distance, you could be there for 40 minutes to an hour.
But the beautiful part, the thing that I like the most about that though, is that I always feel as though regardless of how long the game is going, if your team is not playing well, the game's going to go by quickly and you're done.
Sure.
You can just get in the next one.
Yep.
If the enemy team is not playing well, you can steamroll them, move on to the next one, right? But if it's not like that, you always feel like you're contributing something.
Mm-hmm.
And even let's say you spawn and let's say you die right away, right? You tell where their position is on the map.
Yeah.
You are helping no matter what. It's only 5v5. So you always are able to help out your team in any scenario as long as, like you said, are communicating. That's the biggest thing.
Well, even so, like if you're playing Brimstone and you smoke off an area right away, but you get picked while doing it, you got smokes down for your team, and now they can potentially work around that. And
Absolutely.
yeah, there's always a build. That's the nice thing about the abilities is that you're able to, if you're crypto and you put down traps early in the round, but you try to push out, your traps are still there for your teammates to see if they walk into them and reveal their location.
Right.
So yes, I think there's a really good balance with the agents in this game, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the full release at this point.
Me too. The thing that I'm going to say about crypto is I think, Cypher, right?
Cypher, maybe?
Cypher. I think it's Cypher.
Yeah, crypto is Apex Legends camera guy.
Cypher.
Cypher.
So I think there could be a potential nerf on Cypher's side where it is cool that you can pick back up
Oh yeah.
the camera and the tripwires if they're not in use.
Yep.
But I personally think that they should probably be a one-time use thing, like everybody else's grenades, their Sage's heal or the ice throw or the wall. They're all single-time use things.
Mm-hmm.
But with his,
you can pick it back up, and then you don't have to buy them next round.
Exactly. So I think that should be like a one-time use per round thing.
Yeah, especially
when you stick it, it's done.
Like the camera has that dart that will reveal your location. Like that's huge.
It is.
And to be able to pick that up and reuse it again and again, if you survive, if you're in that same location,
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
It's just something I noticed.
So what else would you like to talk about Valorant that you've noticed or?
So let's see. I only played the one day.
Yeah.
And I played with you and Maddie. Okay.
Yep.
And profanity and vulgar language aside, remember what I said to the teammate if you would have clutched the round?
Oh yeah.
It didn't happen. You didn't clutch the round.
I think you started them.
Yeah, I think I did too. Besides, I'm not going to say it on the podcast. No, in all seriousness, I was a CS watcher, not a CS player. Okay.
You were a watcher, not a goer.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. No, but seriously, I loved watching CS tournaments because you are watching people who are the top of a game that's been competitive and been out for a long time. So the players that are there are established, the teams are established, and you are seeing the best of the best. And to me, and having a game that is all literally about gun skill, that's it. Map placement, gun skill, done. It's awesome to watch. There's a lot going on in a relatively like small thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's awesome to watch. Valorant to me, even though I'm not playing every day, and even though I have beta access, I'll watch Tim, I'll watch Lupo, I'll watch Summit, Cloaksy, all these guys, like all these good players, I'll watch them because it's fun to watch. It's awesome to see these new strategies that players come up with that I've never would have thought of before. And like we talked about earlier, this is just scratching the surface, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how combos will work with certain characters and whatnot because things haven't been tested yet. And like I said, that wall bang that no one knew was there except that one player because he used it before. There's going to be so many more of those types of things, unless they get nerfed or patched out or whatever. We don't know. It's going to be, people are thinking that, oh, Valorant doesn't look that good to me. It just looks like a ripoff of CS. I don't get the appeal of this. And then you have the other side that's like, Valorant's going to be the next biggest fucking thing since sliced bread. I'm tending to lean on more that side right now. The game isn't even out yet. None of the players have been paid to talk about the game at all. It's all based off of their love of the game and what they've played. And that says something to me.
Yeah.
Now, people have been talking about, well, Riot has a track record with these sort of things. Riot is a company. The point of a company is to make money. Okay, we've talked about that countless times. I'm not going to fault them for wanting to make money. This is a lot of free advertisement for them.
Oh, yeah.
They've been having over 1 million concurrent viewers on Twitch for like a week now.
That's how, I mean.
I know people are still waiting to get drops, but that's insane.
But I wonder how much that will drop off once drops are done.
Right. Agreed. And that's what everybody's looking for, right? That's what everyone's waiting on. And the other thing that I'm waiting on is whether or not, just viewership in general, where that's going to drop off on. And then what the competitive scene is going to look like at launch.
Yeah. Because a lot of current CS players are playing this right now to test it out. And I feel like from what I've heard, most of them are so ingrained in what CS is that this feels wrong to them.
Yes.
So we might not see major CS players come over, but this is going to make room for new players to make their name.
Right.
I honestly would like to see Shroud and Summit come back and be Valorant pros.
That'd be sick.
After, historied careers in CS.
That'd be awesome.
And
I think Shroud did say that he was going to do that.
Which it's amazing.
Now I don't know if that was an April Fool's joke or not.
Right.
But
we'll
I thought
see.
he was serious because he put out like a twit longer on it. I don't know.
That would be cool.
It would be really cool.
It would be really cool. And yes, the heroes, the agent, whatever you want to call them, it's agents, heroes, you have operators, whatever, from all these different games. Legends. They bring that other aspect, which keeps it fresh every time. That's one point I wanted to make as well. When you're playing these 40-minute to an hour-long sessions, it doesn't feel like it. I feel like it's been 10 minutes.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy, it's midnight and I'm still playing what? Oops.
Right. It's crazy how immersed you get in that game.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like I love winning more than anything, right?
Yep.
But the funny thing is that even when I'm losing, I'm ready to just keep going. I'm ready to play another one. Fuck it. Or there's always the thing I love probably the most about this, and this probably goes for CS as well, even though I haven't played it very much, is that you can come back.
Oh, yeah.
There's always an opportunity to come back. If you're down 10 rounds to nothing, you have an opportunity to come back. If you're down 12 rounds to nothing, there's always an opportunity to come back. It takes one play.
Yeah.
One.
And yeah, I was playing last night and I had this where we started off 5-0, like just hot.
Yep.
And all of a sudden something flipped. And all of a sudden I'm like, it's like 6-4. And I'm like, guys, we started off 5-0. What the hell happened? Why are we just crumbling? And you can see it sometimes when you start off hot like that, people get too confident, want to try crazy things, and they just doesn't work. And please, I ran into one player that just. So this was hilarious. Were you in this game, or maybe it was someone else? I think it was Maddie and Joey that I was with. But this guy was like trying to tell everyone how to play.
Oh no!
Whence he would die, and we got into this argument. Like I was like, dude, just let him play. And the guy was like, well, I know how to play the character. He obviously doesn't. I'm like, dude, the game's been out for 2 days. Like, how do you know? You know everything about this game now?
And that person died.
Right. He was dead already. Like, so please, if someone wants the coaching, sure. But if you're going to, he basically got me killed because he was trying to, he was talking while I was the only one on bomb site, 2 players still alive. And he's like, do this. I'm like, like
No.
trying to. So he kept bugging me. I was like, fine, I'll fucking do it. So I started it. They came around the corner. Around that instance, I got one tap. The same angle I was watching, I might have been able to get one of the kills if I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you never know. But the fact this dude was like all up in my ear trying to like get me to play the way he wanted me to play.
Right.
Just screwed me in that instance. So
fuck that guy.
I've run into, I think he was that one guy was the worst. I've ran into another one as well. That's just they think they know everything. And I did feel bad because I shit on a kid because he was doing that as well, trying to teach us all how to play. And then he's like, yeah, I'm streaming right now. And I'm like,
good for you.
Good for you.
Yep. We're just going to play the game.
I did tune into his stream and it was not good.
Well, hey,
he's trying.
It's learning.
It
learning
is.
Opportunities. That's all it
was.
is.
But the dude, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to run into people that are just over cocky. They think they know everything. And
sure.
I'm like, it's a brand new game. How do you?
That's the beautiful part. Is there an option to mute?
There is an option to mute.
Just mute the person to be like, just have them talk into a void.
There you go.
They can coach themselves.
There you go. Good point. Good point. I should have done that. I just don't think of it mid game because like you want the comms flowing.
Right.
But you're right. If someone's disrupting, mute button's an option.
Exactly. There's always next time.
What else did you play? Since I only played Valorant and that little bit of CS.
It's okay. No, so Valorant as well. I like it so far. I'll play more later. Yeah, the game's gonna release in a couple months probably. It's this summer.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that.
From what I've heard, they've talked about keeping the beta going as long as they can.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's gonna be there until basically release. So, because they want to get as many people in as they possibly can. They want to keep testing the servers, so on and so forth. So,
yeah, why not slowly ramp up your servers rather than, cut off your beta where maybe more people that actually would have played.
Right.
And then release and then you have the same crashes. So,
because this definitely, this is another one of those instances where this isn't really a beta. This is more of a demo.
Sure.
Because you're so close to launch as it is.
Yeah.
And it's like a demo. Realistically.
I feel like that's why so many people are mad about the drop process.
Sure.
Because it is almost a fully polished game.
Why not just let it open?
I feel like that's what we get a lot though nowadays is betas aren't really betas anymore. They're demos.
They are. But again, in that article, they also state that the reason why we're not opening the floodgates is because we are trying to do this trickle-in effect where we can continue ramping up and we can continue to see if there's any issues and iron them out before the floodgates open.
Yeah.
So hopefully that continues and things go well. Other things that I played, Animal Crossing New Horizons. I log in every day. Today, I took the deliberate time, about an hour, to transfer. So you have levels to your island,
Yep.
Right? Okay. So you get a ladder later on that you can go up to higher levels. So on the main level, which is most of the island, I took every tree.
Chopped it down?
Nope.
Oh.
And I moved them to one side of the island. So now, when I need to get wood, I just go down lines, chop all the trees. Don't chop them down because they don't grow back. Fun fact. I just use the not best, not the gold one, but I don't use the steel or whatever, the
flimsy axe.
Yes, I use the one upgraded from the flimsy axe because it still hits 3 times and it still doesn't take down a tree. I make a couple of those. I just go down lines, get all my wood. They're all on one side of the island, so I never have to see them because all the houses, the buildings and whatnot are on this side.
Mm-hmm.
So I just make my rounds here, do what I need to do, go hit some trees. Good to go. It's great. Love it. That's what I fucking did today is I moved trees. Woo, it's fun.
How do you move trees?
So you eat fruit.
Yep.
And you can eat 10 fruit and you'll see a number go up in the top left corner.
Okay.
It goes up to 10. Every time you eat a fruit, you get 1.
Yep.
That allows you to either A, dig up a full tree or dig up a full rock. Now you don't want to dig up a full rock because when it respawns, because you can't plant a rock, so when it respawns in a different location than it was in before and it's random. But if you dig up a tree, it's the full tree. So when you replant it, it's the full tree already.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to grow. So yeah, I literally just kept eating my fruit on my island, dug up every motherfucking tree,
Do you
and
need
move
all
them.
10 to move a tree?
No, just
Okay.
one. You only need one.
Okay.
But I would just eat 10 at a time and
So
then
you
move
would
10
have
trees.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hot diggity damn.
That's what I would do. It was riveting. But no, I'm glad it's done because now I have just a very easy thing to do every day.
Yeah.
And get all my routine stuff done.
I've fallen off on Animal Crossing a little
Have
bit.
you? It's okay.
But I enjoy it so much. I've just been so into Valorant that I haven't touched Animal Crossing.
That's fine. The beauty now is the best time to get back into it because the Bunny Day event's over.
Yeah.
So no more of that egg bullshit.
I was so annoyed.
It's bad. It was bad. So no more of that. It's done.
Good.
Other stuff I played, Elder Scrolls Online. I played it for like a half hour because I'm getting back into it. We'll see. It's something that I can play on a laptop or just on the living room desktop with a controller. Like I don't have to do mouse and keyboard for that MMO. Final Fantasy VII Remake. It came out.
Mm-hmm.
I have my annoyances with it. Things I've talked about include. Well, let's talk about the good first. This will be quick. The good. The music is phenomenal. Like I was telling Dom today, this is probably the best video game music I've heard, or some of the best music I've heard all year, bar none. Like it's that fucking good. And then the game looks incredible. This is coming from somebody who has never played through the original Final Fantasy VII, so I'm going to say that. But it's holy hot damn, that music is unbelievably good. But the not so good. So while I like the combat a lot and the switch to like a real-time combat system, there's no jump in the game. So if you're fighting an enemy above you, if you go to attack it, your character will zoom up into the air and try to attack the enemy. But let's say that enemy moves right as you try to attack it. Well, then you go back down. And then you have to go back over and hit again and go back up. What if it moves? And it's a constant problem. But my biggest annoyance so far is the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So during combat, since it's in real time, the camera is pulled pretty close to you on your character.
Yep.
It's a third person, but it's pulled pretty close. And the problem is that since enemies move so quickly, the camera doesn't know what the fuck to do. And in close quarters, it's atrocious. You can't follow anything. That leads me to my other big gripe, which is auto aim. So when you auto lock, locking onto a target, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't do it to the closest one next to you. It fully bases it off of what you're looking at the time.
Oh.
But the problem is because enemies move so fucking quickly, when you try to lock onto one, it might not do the one you want to do, like 90% of the time for me is what it feels like. And then when you flick the stick left or right, the right stick, it'll go to the next one that you like. It'll keep switching until you have the one that you want.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's so many enemies, it doesn't necessarily go to the one you want. It's just really minor annoyances that add up really quickly. So, but yeah, overall, I'm still enjoying it. I can't wait to beat it. And I've heard that the ending is motherfucking bonkers. So, and again, I have not played through the original, and I know that the story is slightly different and there are added things to this, but apparently the ending is bonkers. And for those who don't know, Final Fantasy VII Remake, this is the first of many. This is like an episodic or segmented game. So in the original Final Fantasy VII, the Midgar section would take 4 to 5 hours. 4 to 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This Final Fantasy VII Remake that just came out is the Midgar section, but it's 35 to 40 hours. They expanded a 4 to 5 hour section in the original game to a 35 to 40 hour section in this. So just keep that in mind. But so far, I'm still enjoying it a lot. And then Valorant, which you talked about, and then Halo 5 Guardians and MCC we played for the community playdate. It was a good time. Silos shit on Halo 4. I was really good at it. I shit on Halo Reach, and Silos was really good at it. So there's that. Yeah, it was a good time. That's all I got.
All right.
Will, it's time for some shoutouts. First and foremost, shout out to everyone who joined in the community playdate. It was fantastic. Love it every time. And then happy belated birthday to Veronica, Floppy or Flopy, and Neptune. So happy belated birthdays to you guys. And then also, you know what? Let's just include them right here, right now. Shout out to our brand new subscribers, The Only Neeb and Recon Slayer. Thank you guys so much. And then shout out to our new followers as well. Compassion, thank you so much. Vato Zira, thank you so much. Fiber Optics, Nigma, Search, Marmar, Max Chill, The Only Neeb, and then Hero Spartan. I think those are the ones we did not get from last episode.
Correct.
So thank you guys so much for following the stream. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for the brand new subs as well. Hot diggity damn. That's awesome. It's all good, Big Fish or Pink. I'm just going to call you Pink. It's easier for me. Yeah, that's it for the shoutouts. Will Community Creations. We got some.
Yes.
Halo memes every day.
All day.
Shout out to you again, Will, for including this. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Check them out if you want the memes of the Halos. Next up, Onset is looking for clips. Also, shout out to Onset. He got verified on Twitter. This is my Onset. Also, Dan Gaskin, shout out to you. You got verified on Twitter, too. So here's a question for the Halo community. What do you think is the best Halo tournament play of all time? Submit your entries below or use the hashtag T5HaloPlays. We'll make a video on the most popular responses. Let the discussion begin. Again, don't send them to us. Send them to Onset. The link to the tweets in the Google Doc of the show into the show.
Can I send him the controller disconnect?
Please.
Please do horrible.
It. Please do it.
Horrible.
And then at Spartan as well.
At Spartan,
please.
at Spartan Race.
Oh, yes. Please do it. Next up, the Intense Europa 2v2 League match versus Dinero. This is by Batchford over on YouTube. Check that out. We have 2 secret slide techniques to move faster in Halo 5. This is by Shyway. Check out that YouTube video. And then also, I did not include it here. I should probably go search for it. Shyway also did, on his recent stream over the weekend, a full map breakdown on Plaza. All the jumps, all the slides, all the little mechanics, little hidden things on Plaza.
Yeah.
Did a whole stream dedicated to that map. Fantastic. Then we have the Halo Community Spotlight by Snickerdoodle. We have Paul Shee's Twitch clip compilation number 3 by Paul Shee, of course. We have Clips of the Week number 49 by High Tech Redneck. And then finally, we have Real Life Spartan announces a new Spartan to the family. This is by Real Life Spartan on Twitter, and I quote, "Our little Spartan girl has arrived. Heidi was born at 12:51 this morning. Shout out to my wife for being so damn strong during this wild ride. We're pumped to be parents. Thank you everyone for the support and love. Stay safe and strong, Spartans." Congratulations. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Have fun with the little girl. Mine's a motherfucking handful. But no, I think you guys are going to be great parents. Good luck to you. And if you need advice, don't ask me. Actually, don't ask anybody for parenting advice. That's my parenting advice. Don't ask people for parenting advice. And don't accept other people's parenting advice either. Just going to throw that out there. And hopefully you've already heard that from others. And if you have not, well, now you've heard it. Will!
Yes.
That's all I got.
We've made it.
We've made it. It's been a great time. I love being here with you. And there's only one thing left for you to do. And that's... I won't stall any longer. Please plug the show.
You can find us on your favorite podcast services. We're on pretty much all of them besides iHeartRadio because that's an inclusive community there.
iHeartRadio. And SiriusXM. We're not on that shit either.
No.
It's okay.
We're not satellite yet.
You know who is, though? Oh my God. Something Howard. Ron Howard? Howard Stern? Howard Stern. The Howard Stern Show. Tom Brady was on it.
Really?
Yeah. First time ever.
Interesting.
Yep. 2 hour, like 2 hour long discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He talks about penises.
I mean, yeah.
It was awesome. Like, it was genuinely awesome. He swore.
Tom Brady?
Do you ever hear Tom Brady? Tom Brady? You ever hear Tom Brady put out curse words, dude? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's insane. Highly recommend it.
All right. Yeah, we do have a Discord. Find the link in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. You can do !! show notes to get that Google Doc.
You can also do !! Discord.
Or that.
Yeah, you can do like for all of these, basically.
We have our Xbox Club or Spartan Company. Come find us on Halo Waypoint. Socials. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Search for us there. We are also on Esportspedia. And we have our very own website.
We do.
HCSProTalk.com. Check it out.
Check it out. It's bare bones.
It's bare bones, but hey, it's there.
It's being worked on, all right?
You know, we'll
Just
get there.
what it is. And then Pink says, dude, the setup is super cool. First time seeing it in full. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is our custom-made studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. A lot of work.
Oh my God, it was a lot of fucking work.
We got there.
It was years, right? Years? Wait.
I mean,
over a year in the making?
If you want to go back to when you first started.
Yeah. Yeah. Because our plan was to have something like this
since
the beginning.
The beginning.
Yeah. So it was like over a year.
Yeah, sure.
The same room as 2016? No. I'm in a new house. This is my new house we're in. This is definitely not that same fucking room.
Funny note. So that first room we recorded in was I was watching grandparents' house while they were on vacation, and we were just downstairs in this large basement.
Yeah.
We had to have the mics turned down so low because the reverb was so bad.
We used blankets.
On
chairs.
Like on chairs to prevent sound reverb. I was
used the green screen for sound reverb as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was also a giant fireplace, so we had to cover up because it was real. It had the chimney or whatever that went up.
Yeah.
Had to fucking stop all that reverb. It was nuts.
It was insane.
Yeah.
What a fucking time to be alive.
What a time. Hey, we got it going.
And you know what? The audio sounded great.
It
did. It sounded
okay.
Dude, you go back and listen to those episodes, they did not sound bad at all.
All right. But yes, that's all I got.
Awesome. Pocket Cast.
Oh yeah, you gotta.
I gotta put it in there. All right, I don't really have anything else either.
Well, then Josh, close out the show.
Will, did you just type something in chat? Oh no, that's Vicky.
No,
it looked ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Hey Vicky, what's up?
See, yeah.
Sorry, I was like, I didn't see the misses in there. My bad. Wires everywhere. Remember that? Yeah, it was.
Don't talk about. Yeah.
All right, that's all I got. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 122 of HCS Pro Talk. I want to thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week, potentially at the normal start time. We'll have to wait and see. Talking about more things Halo-related and probably more Valorant, because that's going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, thank you very much. Thank you all for the new follows, the new subs, all that fun stuff. Thank you all very much for listening. And if you're catching this in the audio version, thank you for listening as well. We'll be back next week, talk about more Halo. But until then, bye-bye.
All right. Hey, yo, we're still here. So after every live show, we do a kind of Q&A chill session.
We do.
Talk to you guys, see what's up.
So if anybody has any questions for us or just any comments in general, please go ahead and leave them in the chat. We'll hang out for a few minutes here, and then we got to get this bad boy motherfucking published. And then I got schoolwork to do. Believe it or not. Yeah, no. Ooh. It's due tonight at 2 a.m., so tomorrow morning. But, I'll get it done in 2 seconds. What's up, Pink? What question you got? What is your question? Welcome to HCS Pro Talk, where we take your questions live on the air. Not on SiriusXM, though. Does your Elite 2's right bumper feel really sticky? No. I haven't had any problems with my Elite version 2 controller. The only problem that I've had was with my Elite Series 1, and the A button needs to be pressed down a little bit harder than usual for it to register. That has been the only problem that I've had with an Elite controller thus far. It must just be you. I'm sorry. I've heard horror stories about people and their Elite Series 1 and Elite Series 2 controllers. I have heard absolute horror stories. Luckily, I'm not one of them yet, because holy fuck, that controller is fantastic. Weighty, just, it feels so good. Did I tell you that Linnea almost ate a thumbstick?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I had my laptop up in the bedroom, and I had my Elite 2 was sitting on the floor. Unbeknownst to me, of course, she was going to go for it when she got in the room. So she goes and I wasn't home at the time, I don't think. And Natana realized that she had it in her mouth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it was a close one. Pink says, I was actually playing Halo 5 for once today, and my melee's always ended up in ground pounds. Oh, ground pound. I mean, I'm sorry to hear about your controller acting up, but ground pounds fucking suck. Oh my god, they're terrible. Will, what are you doing tonight? Or the rest of the night?
I have no idea.
You got to work tomorrow?
I do.
Yeah, fuck it.
Spartan Charge is worse. I agree.
Oh man, Spartan Charge is actually worse. At least with ground pound, like you hear it coming.
Yeah.
But with Spartan Charge, yeah, exactly. And that's my biggest problem with that is, and you talked about it earlier too, is that you can't really react to it.
Yeah.
Because the range on it is unbelievable. Like there's just, if you're getting hit, oh man, you're dead. Have fun.
What if they changed it to like it just brought down your shields and then you still had to have a gunfight after that? Would it still be too overpowered?
Well, that's what it does already.
What do you mean?
When you Spartan Charge, it just takes down somebody's shields if they're not weak enough already. It doesn't automatically kill them. I'm not kidding.
You're right.
Yeah.
Damn it. I've always died to it, probably because I'm always get in fights.
I'm pretty sure that you're...
Yeah, no, you're right, because you can Spartan Charge, you bounce back, and you pop like a shot or two in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's from behind, though, obviously it's a one-hit kill.
Yeah.
Because it acts like an assassination at that point, but yeah.
But no, so that's... What if it was from behind? It's still only...
No matter what, it's just...
I think that should be the case. That should be the case.
If they keep it, I'd be fine with that. But they shouldn't keep it at all anyway. Like, we're in agreement there.
I'm just saying for Halo 5.
Oh, sure. Vicky says, bringing me food, hopefully.
We'll see about that.
Oh, getting called out on the show. Plus, ground pound is satisfying where a Spartan Charge is just kind of, yep. To be honest with you, I kind of forget that Spartan Charge is the thing if I'm playing casual.
Yeah.
So, like, part of me thinks that. So I'm one of those people that if I hate a mechanic, I won't use it because I don't want to be that guy. Mm-hmm. But then if you think about it, it's like, well, fuck. It's in there for a reason.
Yeah. And if you don't use it, other people are using it against you.
You're at a disadvantage.
Yep.
I hate that. I hate that. I have an issue where I don't melee enough anyway. I always end up having point blank gunfights. Oh, it's okay. What's up, Dust? Coming in the tail end of the show?
Yep.
It's okay. We appreciate you, man. Oh, you used to play Octagon a bunch? Yeah. Octagon's good, like, shot starter, warmer-upper.
Yep.
You know? That's what I would use Octagon for. I'm just not an FFA guy. I don't like it.
Yeah, and you missed your own topic.
That was last week.
That was last week.
Yeah, that was last week, Dust. Or are you saying that you missed it last week?
Yeah.
You used to do it just for fun? What the fuck is wrong with you, Pink? Good Lord.
I mean, I have fun in Octagon.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sure. It's good enough time.
I don't blame you. It's fine. I missed the show last week and I actually typed up a response on Discord, never hit enter on it. Oh, thanks a lot, Dust.
Oh.
Good Lord. And it's actually funny because, Dust, during this week's episode earlier, we literally talked about like the MLG settings and how they got integrated into Halo 3 in the first place. So it was just like, it was an extension of last week's topic as well. So yeah, you really did miss out. Oh, man. I still kind of enjoy it and feel like an abomination. Nah, don't feel like an abomination, Pink. You're fine. Everybody likes what they like, and that's perfectly fine. I get shit on for liking Halo 4 all the time, so if I can live with that, you can live with liking Octagon for fun. Because goddammit, at least I'm good at it. That's the one thing I can take away from it, is that if somebody is detrimental to me about liking Halo 4's casual multiplayer, at least I'm fucking good at it. So I can back up my claims. Oh, man. But yeah. Does anybody else have any questions or comments or concerns before we close things out? If you do, please type them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
It's been a long day.
It really has. It really has been a long day. And tomorrow, but this has been one of my favorite episodes so far.
Really?
I'm not
fun?
kidding. Yeah, it's just been, it's like late night talk show.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Feels good, man. I love it. Absolutely love it. Next time we should do it at midnight.
Why not? Yeah, why not? Sure.
Yeah. Let's do it on like a Tuesday night.
I think the quarantine is getting to Josh's head.
Tuesday nights at midnight. New HCS Pro Talk start time leading into Wednesday.
I'll just go straight to work after recording.
Perfect. We'll do 6-hour shows instead of like 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Awesome. we're gonna and Vicky says no. Hey, we'll be on Sirius XM. We'll get our own satellite radio show.
I don't know about that.
I'm just kidding. We're definitely not. No, but seriously, I highly recommend listening to that Tom Brady interview. It's really, really good. It gives you a really big insight as to, like, he obviously, I mean, I'm going to take his word for it because he's been around so long that's like he doesn't need to give PR speech. So
yeah,
I'm going to take his word as what it is. And he really was talking about how, no, there is no ill will towards myself, Kraft, or Belichick. There's nothing there. It was just, I was ready for something new in my career. I wanted to do something new, so I went and did something new. It's basically as simple as that. But the fact that he goes so much more in depth on so many other things, it's like whenever I see Tom Brady,
you get the image of him outside the professionalism.
Yes, because whenever you see Tom Brady, he's like, oh, he's a face of the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. He's been around forever, and he's this family man who plays football, and that's it. But getting this deeper dive into him, seeing the man behind the helmet, and hearing him swear is amazing. It was amazing because Howard Stern swears.
Yeah.
So it's like, I love that. It's so good. All right. See you later, Pink. Have a good night, man. Should we close it out?
I think that's going to do it for me tonight.
I think we should close it out.
I'm at the end of my mental capacity right now for the day.
It's okay. I understand. Like I said, I have homework to do, and then we got to get this show published. So,
yep.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks for tuning into the live show. If you missed the live show, the VOD will be up on YouTube later tonight, and the audio version of the show will be up on podcast services tonight as well. So stay tuned for all of that in case you want to listen again or you missed out. We'll be back next week. Talk about more Halo, more video games, all that fun stuff. But until then, peace out.